Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome to another Shabbat Night Talk. My name is YisraEL. I'm one of the teachers of Congregation of Beit Mabina, located at 382 Hamilton Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Thanking the Creator of heaven and earth for all things and everything, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Praying that the Most High God be with you all, guide and protect you. So, grateful to the Most High for life and for everything that he does for us. Also, just giving a shout out to all the children that were part of the IMA and I want to get this right. PIW Wellness Week. All the events that were put on this week by the IMA and the PIW were great. The cookathon, the cooking contest, everything, the talks on health and all the things that that were put on were great. So and they had another great event tonight where all the children basically read prayers and sang songs, did lessons, and it was a beautiful thing, beautiful event. So thanking the Most High God for our Yeladim and what they did and how they handled everything and how everything came across. So I'm just grateful that our children are involved in praising the Most High and doing the things that the Most High God delights in. So I'm grateful for that. That was a beautiful thing. No, I'm coming on tonight because because I might not be on for the next 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation. So everybody out there, I'll be on vacation the next 2 weeks. Shabbat shalom to everyone out there. I pray that the Creator of heaven and earth be with you all and protect all of you. Hallelujah. Let me start off. Well, tonight I'm going to have two guests that are going to be, hopefully they'll become permanent. Well, we're going to discuss certain things, opening up the Tanakh and discussing sometimes current events that we could cross-examine under the microscope of the Tanakh. So we're going to introduce them a little bit later, but at this moment, we're going to start off by playing some music. Hallelujah.
And in that day, the eternal shall be one. Shall be one, and his name shall be one. And in that day the eternal shall be one, and his name shall be one. And in that day the eternal shall be one, and his name shall be one.
Let me know how it sounds out there. Give me a warning if it sounds clear.
house of Yisrael. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Yisrael. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Yisrael. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Yisrael. No more, no more weeping and wailing. No more weeping and wailing. No more weeping and wailing. He's coming to take us home. He's coming to take us home. Oh, yeah. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we'll be marching to the house of Israel. Levi, you gotta teach the people. Levi, gotta teach the people. Levi, you gotta teach the people. Gotta teach the people the law. You gotta teach the people the law. Oh, yeah. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Judah, you gotta go up first now. Judah, you gotta go up first now. Judah, you gotta go up first. You gotta lead the army of the Lord. You gotta lead the army of the Lord. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. Soon we will be marching to the house of Israel. No more weeping and wailing. No more weeping and wailing. No more wailing. No more weeping and wailing. No more wailing. No. Hallelujah, pourquoi chaud? Kohan Shama, Emo Hallelujah, Kohan Shama, Emo Hallelujah, Emo Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Blessed be the creator of heaven and earth. Yehovah out. Whose greatness is unmatched and unsearchable. How's everyone feeling out there? I hope that everyone has had a great week. I hope that everyone has been prosperous and that the Most High has blessed you with the desires of your mind that you've desired in righteousness. If you can hear me, please give me a 1. Rhonda, Sha'atel, y'all can unmute y'all mics and you could get on. You could get on in the stream.
All right.
Shalom.
Oh boy, somebody went fishing.
Lord.
I caught those fish live and I had it for Sukkot. I gutted it out, descaled it, and that was my feast for the cod.
Oh
Hallelujah.
man, what kind of fish are those?
It was bass. It's called striped bass.
Yeah, that's nothing but that ain't nothing but a whiting, oversized whiting.
And man, two of them though, it's too oversized. Right?
Hallelujah. How y'all week was? How was your week, Sister Rhonda?
I had a great week. It was busy, but it was productive. What about you?
It was good. It was good. What about you, Sha'atel?
I had a beautiful week actually. I did some work. So it's always good.
How did that situation turn out with that thing that machine?
So it turned out good because it was just an error on their mistake. She rebooted the machine again and it came up exactly how they needed it. So I didn't do anything wrong. And I was telling her, I didn't even touch anything to cause a problem. You know, the stuff I was doing was software on the background. So it worked out. You know, I just had to show that customer service, that good old customer service.
Oh boy. So we give glory to the Most High God on this high holy Shabbat day, thanking the Creator. I'm not sure if Sha'atel if the sun is completely down by you yet, but you almost there. I think you're almost there.
Yeah, about a good 20 minutes.
Good 20 minutes. But we in here. We hoping, like I told y'all last week, we're gonna try something new this week. We're gonna try to bring some people in into some segments, have some talking in between, have some bills on Torah, and have some we might have some bills on current events and try to match them up with Torah, because at the end of the day we a family, and sometimes we have family conversations around the table during Shabbat. I see little man. Shalom, shalom.
Say shalom. Say shalom.
Hello.
That's little Sha'atel. Little Sha'atel is in the building. So yes, so we're gonna have some discussions. We're gonna break the monotony sometimes from the just playing continuous music. I know some of y'all just want to continue to hear music all the time, but sometimes the family has stuff to talk about, and we need to talk about it. So you when we do that, we just build. That's it. We just build. So
let us build, and it's that time, man. I think this is great. You know, like you said, change the monotony. Shalom, Sister Rhonda. I want to say well, but I like it. I think this is good. You know, but the music you have, Chief, we still got to recognize. We can't stop that music, man. You be turning up our Shabbat. We got our Shabbat. So
the music. You know what's funny with the music? Remember when I first started this used to be kind of just like me going through scriptures, and I'm like, I think that one of the things that I didn't want to do is like, because I'm already, people hear me so much, I'm like, after a while they're gonna start tuning you out, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know about them long-winded brothers. I don't want to become like that. Yo, you ever during services, Sha'atel, you ever, like when you was younger, you know, like especially now, like during Bereshit, right? And you got like 6 chapters in Bereshit, and then you know that teacher that was long-winded, and you used to look to see how many chapters was left. Like, oh my
Oh
goodness,
man.
we gonna be here all day.
Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in the era, Chief, where even if you nod, you get slapped in the head. Wake up, you know, the show ring be on. Slap your head, like you can't even nod your head. You can't fall asleep on these chapters. Everybody.
Yo, I always told myself I don't want to become one of those teachers that the kids be like, he's not gonna end on time. He's gonna go over time. Listen, to all teachers and up and coming teachers, learn that when you break at 2:00, no matter what time you started, end at 2:00. If your ending time is 3:00, end. Even if you gotta cut yourself short, just end. You don't gotta get through the whole thing. They know how to read. Yeah. So listen. So I got some things on my mind. I've been looking at the media. I've been looking at things. I like to also look at current events, and I like to talk about it and filter it through scriptures and through through the Torah. So I heard y'all brother Kanye West, your brother Kanye West. He changed his name to Ye, right? That's what he said, right? Ye. So not Ye, but Ye. So
Y-E-A.
so he was out there making some comments. He was making some statements, and I think the one in particular that it's a couple of statements that I'm gonna concentrate on. The first one is when he said that George Floyd didn't die from the he was repeating what Candace Owens. Those of you that don't know who Candace Owens is, you could look her up and see that she's a black woman who basically pushes the agenda of these folks out here. These
White supremacists.
yes, she pushes that
Um,
agenda.
I had to
And
look her up when you telling me about Candace. So during the pre-show, what you call that when they?
yeah,
uh,
Yeah. I
but yeah,
couldn't believe you didn't know who she was.
I heard the name, but I mean, I'm not the one to be all up in this live social media and all that. No, so I hear things here and there, but I don't do my research when things come up. So many topics and things come up all the time around this quote unquote black community that I don't spend my time about that. I gotta serve the creator. And so wherever I go, I try to just represent that. So I don't dig deep. But when stuff
Yeah.
like up, I think it's important for us to delve in because it does affect us when you start saying, you know, certain things like black Jews or
right.
Hebrewites or whatever. Now we do have a voice at this moment because of Chief Foods, but I think that because you know we brought this up, you know, we let the people know what we want to talk about. Let's give them some music.
No, not that quick. So
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
so earlier, so I think sometime last week, Kanye made some statements about George Floyd, or regurgitate or reiterated some statements that Candace Owens had made in a documentary she has about Black Lives Matter and George Floyd, where she said that George Floyd did not die because of the knee on the neck. She said, if you notice, the knee is not really on the neck. He died because of fentanyl. He died because the fentanyl that he had in his body is what caused him to die.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she said that when he was calling out for mama, he wasn't calling his mother that was already dead, but he was calling for his girlfriend. That's what he called his girlfriend. And, from that, her and Kanye appeared with the White Lives Matter sweatshirts on, T-shirts. And from there, he was threatening Puffy. Him and Puffy had gotten, Sean P. Diddy Combs got into some conversations. And the man basically said that that he was going to go DEFCON 3, which is supposed to be DEFCON 3 with the M, and on all Jews, and basically that he couldn't. The one I want to concentrate on because it affects us and it puts us in a light is I'm not. How can I be anti-Semitic when Jews are Semitic? I believe that's what he said. So that's what I want to concentrate on, and I want to concentrate on some of the things
he didn't say said. He was saying Jews as in black Jews, not the white Jews.
No, he said he was going DEFCON 3 on the European Jews.
Right.
That's what he said.
But as far as the last thing you said, when he said how can he be anti-Semitic, he was saying that he was calling himself a black Jew, saying that he's Semitic, so he's not. And on top of that, he didn't even say any anti-Semitic slurs or words is what he's saying.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And let's read.
So we kind of know what's where you're standing, listening to you talk. I can't wait to hear what else you have to say. I can't wait.
So it says right here, yay, right? This is his Twitter account. He says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3. So it's supposed to be COM. He spelled CON, right? So now DEFCON is like, you got levels 1 to 5. DEFCON 3, I guess he's going midway on them. He's not going all the way on them. This is military talk right here.
Right.
So it means all out war. I'm going all out war on these, right? I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he's talking about the European, right? The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. Okay, so I'm concentrating on the funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Right? So I want to talk about some of that because that is where we come into play and where it's almost like you're trying to represent us, but you're not really a representative of us as a people. You're not a representative of us as a people because you don't know really the talking points to even support that statement.
Right.
You don't have the talking points to support that statement, so therefore you leave yourself open for all types of talk where people could kind of come back at you. But I'm talking too much right now. I'm going to leave the floor open for any one of you that might want to say something, and then I'll rebuttal it or agree with you. Anyone?
Well, I like he's been getting on my nerves all week. All week. Like, we want to support him, and then because, as black people, that's just what we do. We try to support our own. But with this particular statement, I think he was saying, when he was saying black people, because black people are Jews, I think he's just kind of using us whenever he can use us. Mm-hmm. I don't think I think he might believe that we're Jews. I think he might believe that, but I do think it's opportunistic, and I think it's narcissistic that he's using us in this way. So in the same breath, he's saying this, and in the same breath, he's like, slavery was a choice, and then he's got the White Lives Matter t-shirts. So he's all over the place. Go ahead.
Clout chasing. That's what you call it. That's what you call clout chasing. Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But hear you. Like chasing what kind of clout though? Like he's Kanye West. Like why?
He said in an interview that people in the media, celebrities, they do certain things for attention to help their brand or whatever. In the interview with Nori. So we're talking about this interview he had with Nori. I don't know if you guys seen it. I saw on Revolt, but and he said this is why celebrities do things. So whenever he comes out with an album, he did it a few times. In the time that album he had with Nas, he produced Nas' whole album a couple years back. But right before that was when he started making other comments. So you see a lot of times, a lot of celebrities do this. They'll say things or do things to get in the media because they have a project coming out and they want to put their name out there so that it helps their sales or whatever. So that's what it sounds like you're telling me he's doing.
Okay.
He's looking for a reason. But I'm taking it from a different approach because when you use terms and words as far as Hebrew Israelites and we are, and this is a thing that's been happening for the past few years, right? As far as celebrities or certain people acknowledging the creator or black people as Hebrew Israelites, right? This has been happening. This has been happening throughout all of Hollywood lately, and we're hearing about it. So you saying like he goes on rants, but when we listen to the information that he's saying as far as our people, is he saying anything that's inaccurate or incorrect that we shouldn't agree with or should agree with?
Absolutely. All right, so my brother Oriyahu Ben Shem, he just corrected me. DEFCON is actually DEFCON means defense condition or ready to defend.
That's right. And I was going to say that too.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Because, and he put himself out there. He keeps telling you he'll sacrifice himself. I'll go out there and say certain that other people can't or are afraid to say.
All right, so
we have to be careful.
I'm going to start off by asking you this: how do you defend the knee was not on the neck? It was. He died from fentanyl. How do you defend? Hold on. How do you defend? White Lives Matter when we know that that's a total opposition to whether you agree with BLM or not. You don't have to agree with the people who run it. I'm saying, do you agree with the statement that Black Lives Matter? I agree with it, right? So when the opposing statement to that was Blue Lives Matter and White Lives Matter. That was
and all lives matter.
Yeah, and all lives matter. When the one that was being oppressed was black people. That came about because of the kid in St. Louis, Michael Brown, and also I believe it went back to Trayvon Martin, and also what happened with Philando Castile and all the things, all the events that led up to that point. You know, what about all of the things that were offensive to our people? And then to top it off, you're making statements about being a Hebrew or being an Israelite, and you don't even know the philosophy of an Israelite. You said yourself that you don't read that much. So therefore you're not learned and you're not read up on how to even defend the fact that you're saying that you can't be anti-Semitic because you're a Jew. Right? He can't even show me how that's factual. You know, so I don't want him representing me as an Israelite. I don't want him representing me as a black person. I think that he said a lot of things that was off the cuff. Sometimes he doesn't think about what he's saying, and he caused himself a lot of grief and a lot of pain. But I'll turn it over to you.
So I want to just piggyback off what you said when I'm looking in the comments. And Aaliyah said, how did he sacrifice and then apologize to the same people he was supposed to be kidnapped?
Yeah, he was supposed to be Jesus. He said he was Moses. He's the liberator of black people. That's what he said.
Right. It's a good point.
And Nick Cannon did the same thing. That's right.
Yeah, Nick Cannon did the same thing. So here's the opportunity. See, this is the opportunistic part. This must be the clout chasing part that we're talking about. But I don't understand how you can call these things out, because no one is taking it seriously. Jewish people are angry. And it's funny that he's gonna call, and he's laying us out and sacrificing us just to get his point across or to make people angry.
Shahatil?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm listening and I'm hearing things as like in context or out of context, right? So we let's tackle one thing at a time. Okay. Now here's what the point that I'm trying to convey here. As far as Kanye West is concerned, I don't think you say he's using us. I digress. He's not using us because this is we are who we are, period. We've been here and we're not going anywhere as Hebrew Israelites, okay? Now, we speak and talk all the time as far as the world needs to wake up and people, we trying to spread the word, we fishers and hunters as far as acknowledging Hebrew Israelites and so have you. And we're at a time where that's happening, right? Kanye West has a platform, okay, where he has millions of billions of views. So certain things ignite or trigger flames depending on what side of the scale you fall on. Sometimes he might say things to make the Jews mad, but sometimes he might say things to make the blacks mad, right? We're talking about Black Lives Matter, or are we talking about Kanye West in the sense of misrepresenting Hebrew Israelites? Because the argument, I don't want to mistake in this argument here. Kanye West is, from my standpoint, he's saying that we need to band together as Black Hebrew Israelites or Black people as a culture and realize what we can accomplish together. This is the message he's conveying throughout everything. At the end of the day, you get blacklisted, or the media, as he keeps saying, the media will make it seem as though I'm crazy or everything else except the fact of us coming together. This is the salient point. So I don't want us to fall into that trap because we represent collective unit as far as our culture, whether you wear your fringes a different way, whether you wear a kippah versus a turban. We as a nation were 12 tribes, 12 different individuals who acted differently in how they did, to the point where we were separate in our Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. We never agreed always on everything. But when it came down to war, the Most High commanded us that when you three brothers, the Reubens, Menashe, whatever, on this side, when the brothers go to war, you have to be there for them and with them. And this is the same thing that he's saying. When things happen to me and people he used this word, kidnap his child in broad daylight. He wants the culture of people to represent him the same way. The same people who yell at him for wearing a T-shirt against a White Lives Matter versus a Black Lives Matter. We point out simple little things to make a big deal, but the ultimate point is unity. And this is what he's crying for and fighting for, to the point where he'll say, I will put myself out there. And in the sense of Moses, we're using terminology. He said he's more, and we take a phrase out of context. And this is why you have to watch the whole thing, every interview, everything he says, to really understand, because he reiterates, he don't mistake in nothing, even when it came to the 2024. You know what I mean? He's consistent in his program and his mission and his vision. And I don't want us to get it confused and think that it causes separation. Everybody is not going to always look and dress and act and talk and walk the same walk. We are not going to do that. But when it comes time to war, we have to support our brothers in war. And this is a spiritual battle we've been fighting for. How old are you, Chief?
47.
We've been fighting
47.
this. Thank you. Fight spiritual
Me
battle
too.
man. Longer than y'all. This is spiritual warfare. This is a psychological warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. This is not a physical warfare. And we're taking physical stuff, a verse, because the media gives you what they want to give you. And who said that? Trump. It's fake news out there. So don't get caught up with fake news and create your own idea. And that's why I don't delve into certain things. I hear stories. Stories come, stories go. And you know what? It's be the same story all the time. That's why I say you live long enough, you'll see it. That's what my mother used to tell me.
That's a true statement.
You
live long enough, you're going to see it. But, all right, I'll let you speak for like 20 minutes, I think. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I'll let you speak. So, I still, you see, you're saying a lot of things, but he already apologized. So, all the bravado and he's doing this for us, at the end of the day, he's doing it for the bag. At the end of the day, he's doing it for the bag. Because if he apologized already, if you're not doing it for the bag, you stand on your square and you fall on your sword. You fall on your sword like a warrior, and you keep it going. But him and Nick Cannon, they did the same thing. What did they do? They apologized. Why? Because he wants Balenciaga back, he wants Adidas back, he wants all these deals back in order to feed his ego, the $1.5 billion man that everybody kept saying that he was. You know, now I let you speak for 20 minutes.
I gotta ask you a question. Have you ever said sorry on your job just to be like, oh, I'm sorry, and just to save face, or it's like you don't in the back of your mind, you like saying whatever you want to say? Like, have you ever
excuses for him? He's on a and this is the problem. We've been making excuses. We've been making excuses for him for the last 10 years. We've been making excuses for him. We've been making excuses for Kanye the last 10 years. Oh, so he's been doing stuff off the cuff. I believe Ima Habared said it earlier. She said he has mental illness and we're making excuses for him for his mental illness. Because if you really look at him, he shows two extremes. He go from one extreme to another. That's a classic case of bipolar disorder. And that's what he exhibits. He's off. And I don't get how people don't see it. Either you're clout chasing, or you're doing it for clickbait, or you're doing it for something else. But I can't understand you regurgitating something that this woman said about a man that the world saw be murdered before our eyes through a video, and you're going to regurgitate that? But the only thing we focus on is Jewish people because the way we was taught about Jewish people, right? So automatically that Jewish distrust is in us because we was taught that way. We were all taught that way. I'm just being real. But the same people that we talk about or we talk about they have an agenda, right? Which is Jewish people, we buy their clothing. You know, we wear polo. That was made by a Jewish man. We watch all their channels that are controlled by some of them. You know what I mean? So these are some of the hypocritical things that we do. You know, we get into all these conversations and really it stems. The only reason we're giving him a pass is because he says something that feeds our ideologies and our thoughts, which is he's coming at Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? He's coming at Jewish people, so it's okay for him to say this about our people and to put our people down and to stomp on George Floyd and to say on White Lives Matter and to do all these things that he gets to do and nobody checks him. And when people try to give him advice and try to talk to him, he don't want to hear it because his ego don't allow him to hear it. So this is all that I'm saying. I'm like, he can't represent me because he don't know how to He don't know how to defend the fact that we are Semitic and why we are Semitic. He is making us. You know what they say when he said that? They say he's just regurgitating the stuff that the Black Hebrew Israelites say, the anti-Semitic stuff that the Black Hebrew Israelites say. That's what they labeled us right away. They put it right on us. You know what I mean? So I don't want him representing me on no level as an Israelite or as a black man. I don't want him representing me at all. And that's my stand.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I'm not saying he's a representative of the nation of Israel. I was about to say Islam, but no. but I'm not. I get that point. I just don't. I didn't say he represents me either. But do I agree?
Yes, you do. You saying he represents you.
I said, do I agree with the things he's saying? Because it makes sense. And we have to support our brother who's fighting a war. That's what I'm saying. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, but what are we ready? Like who? Like it I guess my point, and I was in the middle with this because sometimes I get it, I understand where he's trying to go, and then the other times he just kind of blows everything out. I can't get past. I think he's sick. I personally think he's sick. I don't think that he's some profound prophetic thing that's gonna come and save black people. I think he's sick. I think he's babbling. I think he is just
off his rocker. You could say
yeah, I do. And I think that there's a group of, us as black people that are gonna ride with him and, all the way through, because we see how it's almost like conspiracy theorist type things that he's saying, but he can't have it both ways. He can't one hand talk about how he's doing this for his people and whatever, and then all of a sudden come out in where the White Lives Matter, do the George Floyd, say slavery was a choice. I think he's sick. That's my opinion. I think that he needs help and he needs to be on his meds. You want to go to the comments?
We could, go. You could go to some of the comments, and then we're gonna go to music so that we could. I like this. You see, and what I want to show our brother before we go to the comments, while our sister Rhonda gets them ready. Before we go to the comments, I just want to say this: we are showing you tonight how to have healthy debates, how we could be on two separate sides of the aisle and not kill each other and still love each other afterward. This is part of what this show is about. We're going to debate even things we disagree on scriptures, right? Certain things that we might see differently, but we're not going to kill each other. We're going to show Israel how to do it a different way.
Like we're not going to Kanye.
Right. And Sar says he might not be bringing the message in the proper manner, but he's saying the same thing.
I already heard all of Zar's arguments. I don't even want to hear his argument no more. I don't want Zar. I've been talking to you the whole entire week, and I know you passionate about that. I'm just messing with you, bro. You got the right to your opinion.
You know when we were slaves, it was a crime to want to be free. If you said anything about being free or anything like that, it was considered a crime. And right now, that's what they're making marks as far as Kanye, like a crime. Because he's saying certain things. When he said 400 years is a choice for black people to be saved, he ain't get cut off from nothing. Ain't nobody chop him down. You know what I'm saying? We might have been like, what is he talking about? Because we don't understand where he's going with certain things. But it's like the same thing that he's conveying in his quote unquote rhetoric, as you say, is the same thing that's happening to him and everybody else. He's pointing out what happens to people when you go against the grain. And that's not, this is something that we talk about and we see it all the time, but we are afraid of it. Like, come on, you know about the powers that be, and be careful because we don't want to get your channel, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's not pretend like it's not real. It's real. You know what I mean? It's not about a bag. For him, he's saying I done made all the money I done need to make. And you know what I mean? It ain't about that. But I could be the, I can be the one to say the things that everybody else is afraid or scared to say. Because there's nothing else, they took my wife, they took the kids, da 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 da.
And then apologize.
You use this word, you used 2 phrases tonight, Sister Rhonda. And I had to, one was piggyback. And I'm like, wait, I thought we stopped eating pigs. I don't understand. You still use this terminology.
You know what? What's the other one? What's the other thing I said?
Or we want land back, or
Let's get to these comments.
Let's get to the comments.
Daphne J says, I wonder if the White Lives Matter t-shirt is him showing what the reality is as far as treatment towards everyone. Like we've heard, if it ain't right, if it's white, it ain't right. Just a thought.
I don't know what it was, but once I seen him standing there with Aunt Thomasina Candace, that turned me off. You know what I mean? Maybe if he was standing there by himself, I could listen to some type of philosophy he had behind it, but Candace Owens ain't for black people. That's for sure. She ain't for black people.
I'm seeing in the comments, and I didn't catch up to this part, so there's an apology video out here where he apologized?
He allegedly apologized. So that's why I kept saying that all that stuff is out the window, all that black revolutionary and because if you apologize, you did the same thing that
that's what I'm saying. Why you apologizing?
You
stand
strong. What you believe in.
Yeah, wrong. He wrong and strong though. He should be wrong and strong. Yeah,
apology. Did I hear the apology?
I didn't hear him. I don't know how he put it out.
Come on. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's an apology. They said they put it on the chat. That's where I got it from. So I'm assuming that somebody heard it.
But what I'm saying is we gotta don't take things out of context of what it is and listen to the man and what he's saying. I took time to listen only because I knew I was coming on here tonight to talk about it. But I'm to listen to these things. And he's like, yo, to those who are offended, it ain't all Jews, because he dapped up, who is it, Steve, whatever Francis, another Jew is his friend. But he's talking about certain things specifically. He's talking about the ones who control the NBA players, the basketball, the football, the singing, the music, the acting. There's certain levels to it. He's very clear in where he's directing his fire. You know what I'm saying?
It seems that there is a video. It says, Kanye West apologizes to Jewish community for recent comments, explains that God did not call for him to alienate.
So this is what I'm getting. So this is the part that we get so he apologizing to the Jewish community, right? What happened to black people? I know why he's apologizing, because he's losing so much money. But the black community, here we are again. I'm sorry.
Apology, black people. Why does he owe black people an apology? For what?
He said that George Floyd died from fentanyl.
And slavery was a choice, and I get the whole come on.
But so wait a minute. I'm still. So he said something that you don't like. So he should say sorry to you.
He should apologize to his community.
To the community. I'm saying to the community. He
apologized to all the Jews
because they stopped his money. But he's supposed to love us so much. He can't,
He offended black people too. Why don't he apologize to the black people he offended?
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'm offended right now. Y'all are offending me right now, and are you apologize to me for this rhetoric y'all spewing? Because I'm offended at this talk. feel that this man is out there on the front line saying, yo, things need to change. And we, as the quote unquote black community, need to join together and band up to do what you know what I'm saying? What are we arguing for? Some of us, are we arguing for abortions or are we arguing for non-abortions? Are we arguing for Black Lives Matter because black people are getting killed by white people? Or are we arguing for Black Lives Matter because black people getting killed by black people? Or are we arguing because he's saying white lives matter in the sense that
all of it?
Come on.
All of it. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. If black people are killing each other, Black Lives Matter. If they're killing us, Black Lives just matter. They
Same thing happens for white people as well. What makes it? We listen. I understand the history of America. Let me not get this twisted. Can you see me? Am I blocked?
I see you. We see you clear.
I can't see myself. I'm feeling some type of way. All right,
we see you clear, and we hear you clear. I
told them my key pod.
And by the way, Shabbat Shalom, because I know it's now officially Shabbat in the West Coast.
It's been Shabbat. It's been Shabbat. Like I don't wait till nighttime. See, Shabbat is when.
I hope your Ima is seeing this and she scolds you and your brother.
Live, you know she's live. She got my. Oh, why? Because family support each other. You heard? And that's what we say. Nah, Ima, I love you, Ima. She might not but I spoke to her before this too. And I asked her, and she gave me ammo, bro. She gave me ammo.
All right, listen, let's finish off reading some of these comments. We're going to go to some music, and we're going to come right back, all right? So we got here, Hayagita Mariah by YisraEL. I don't know, Sister Rhonda, you might have more comments further up, but I'm looking at the recent ones. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 stated, if we didn't choose to follow law, we will go into slavery. Did we choose to do law or not? Accountability, family, it is what it is. For the love and the praise. I don't always support her, but she be saying some real stuff that black people don't want to hear. Wow, I guess you're talking about Candace Owens.
Candace Owens.
She says she don't always support her, but she says sometimes some things black people need to hear. Deborah Mack, cocktails and coins. The Most High said, don't eat of the pig, but you can't say it. People have pigs as pets. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you, Deborah Mack. Thank you.
For nothing, I sell pig too. I sell beef pork chops with my cousin. We got a food truck out here.
Did you say beef pork chops?
Yeah.
You stupid. Beef.
He said beef pork chops.
I don't eat.
Thank you, Deborah.
It says right here, Giver Miriam Levy says, Dr. Ben Carson, the first black heart surgeon, said that we were slaves by choice. That makes the oppressors happy so that they can move away from the guilt of their forefathers' actions.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about that for a minute, because when he started saying all this stuff, remember how the white supremacists came out and say Kanye is right and you know, doing all of that stuff. So yeah, they don't have to do it because we're doing it for them. He's doing it for them. They don't have to say it. So he's upholding this white supremacist, this racist rhetoric, him and Candace Owens. So that's my beef with him too.
Now, family, we're having a family discussion. This is no different than what we would have around the Shabbat table. You know, when we sit down and we talk, we're definitely mixing some scriptures in it. We're gonna mix some songs of praise, and I think this next song is appropriate because this brother right here really know that Semitic is Hebrew, right? So I want y'all to hear the lyrics of this song because I would want this brother to represent me if it came to talking about being Semitic and being black and all that. Here we go.
Semitic is Hebrew. I'ma be anti something I am. You left the land bronze skin. All the children of Yaakov come back white.
Oh, he's being racist.
Shut up and listen. Hebrews only. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. 6 days show y'all labor, then Hebrew, you have to show me. Show me where your goals be, soul be in vain. Please tuck that to knock like Anisha. Hebrew hold me. See me, I'm the epitome of get your life right with truth. Where y'all, it's like a nuke in a knife fight. An all-time high, that's when I'm studying. No prayer for finances, still y'all bring the money in. Fast out the week, that's just mind over matter. To get out the USA, that's just grind over lantern. But lucky, I found myself in the method of chapter 60. Muslim or Christian, forget it, rather you lynch me. Me in the 50s, the dogs would probably sick me. This a regular show, but no Mordecai Rigby. Cursed be the man that tries to fortify the city. Blessed be my Akis who talk the yarn, stay busy getting scripture out. Change my approach, now I'm gifting out. Shabbat over pleasure, they say I'm different now.
Different how?
Call me the Antichrist, Torah living Antichrist, but Yah stands alone. So please explain what is anti-like. Our forefathers were slaves, that's why they turn the other cheek. I'm going eye for an eye, our genocide is every week. They teach come as you are, but if you gay, that's a breach. But Christianity's nothing more than the wolves dressed as sheep. Who am I? Stupefy yourselves and be stupefied with the children of Yah, and that's not to be scrutinized. We're all his children, it's not meant to be euthanized. Our sins were forgiven, that was the hugest lie. Who am I? Stupefy yourselves and be stupefied with the children of Yah, and that's not to be scrutinized. We're all his children, it's not meant to be euthanized. Our sins were forgiven, that was the hugest lie. Who am I? They hate me because I'm speaking the truth. Hate yourself, look in the mirror, it's all grow and improve. You understand the laws of Yah, then you know what to do. Being stubborn and stiff neck, you just dumb and confused. Dumb you lose, snooze, it's like gum on your shoes. Turn on the tube, trans gays, murder, lies, deception. Sometimes I feel like DiCaprio, this is my inception. Brainwash tactics, idolatry and infection. Face it, Hebrews complacent in a place based off of complexion. Blacks are bastards at consumption, conception. Being black is a weapon, that's why they attack and arrest us. Harass us, suppress us, pigs and badges, laugh at protect us. All praises to the Most High. Rule 1 for the takeover. Drop the perms and weeds. Rule 2 is the makeover. Know your identity. Stop looking like oppressors. Replace the dub sacks and place some books up on your dresser. Peep the writing on the wall. Plus the blood through the crack plaster. Backpack your freedom back to Africa where black matters. This the rebirth of the Black Panthers. Ze'ev Binyamin making moves for the black bastards. Rap matters, scrap raptures from black pastors. Brainwashing people, then they tax after. That's bad manners, call it stealing from the poor. They be lying, know Yehuda, but shoot, hear the lions roar. Who am I? Stupefy yourselves and be stupefied with the children of Yah, and that's not to be scrutinized. We're all his children, it's not meant to be euthanized. Our sins were forgiven, that was the hugest lie. Who am I? Stupefy yourselves and be stupefied with the children of Yah, and that's not to be scrutinized. We're all his children, it's not meant to be euthanized. Our sins were forgiven, that was the hugest lie. Who am I? People, arm yourselves with peeping. Knowledge is a weapon. God is your first defense. The next is a Smith & Wesson. Support Hebrew businesses and don't vote in no election. No matter who take the office, you still suffer from oppression. Pigs don't have a conscience, so it's eye for an eye. Counterfeit bills don't equal murder in the pine box. Swan ops, blue uniforms on the crime watch. Paid back 2016, Dallas 5 cops. Candace Owens, call her William O'Neal. What goes around comes around when the innocent's killed. Throw on your all black. 2016 Dallas.
We gotta bring that back.
Candace Owens, call her William O'Neal. What goes around comes around when the innocent's killed. Throw on your all black, stand the ground, protest the summons. We can't fight 2 wars. Stop killing your own brothers. I murder shot, black Negro nigga, that's a money shot. Aki hood rich is just a dummy plot. Forget the money. Knowledge is power, is what I'm gunning out. Time can't be bought, y'all fed is running out. Check it.
They ask me who I am. Yeah. They ask me who I am. I told them I'm an Israelite. That's right, I'm an Israelite. They ask me where I'm from. I told them you can pick a side. We worldwide, I'm an Israelite. Whether through scripts or history, no, I can show you. In the army of Yahuwah, oh boy, I'm a soldier. Yeah. that's a factor, but what really matter, how we living, given that we gotta get Beseda. That mean in order, for that we got that Torah. Some brothers we got Basora, of course, and some don't believe, but that don't matter today. I ain't tryna throw no shade, as long as we all stay in the way. That 613, we coolin' like palm trees, a couple of that, yeah, you ain't a fam, know what I mean? They ask me who I am, I told them I'm an Israelite. That's right, I'm an Israelite. They ask me where I'm from, I told them you can pick a side. We worldwide, I'm an Israelite. Whether through scripts or history, no, I can show you. In the army of Yahuwah, oh boy, I'm a soldier. Yeah, they ask me who I am, I told them I'm an Israelite. That's right, I'm an Israelite. He said that we the light, got no choice but to shine. By the sweat of your brow, now you see why we grind. How we do, and we move to keep that ruach in our midst. When we eat, I got a list. Wanna build, break out them scripts. We don't hate and we don't diss. We ain't worried about another. He called us his firstborn. You can call us big brother. Look deeper and you'll discover. In your movies and shows, truth been exposed. What you know about those captured and sold. The Igbo and the Ashanti. Check out the history, never lost. Ain't gotta find me. Right where we meant to be, rebellion led to expulsion. Repentance fix that. Yeah, I gotta get back. I can call them big facts. They ask me who I am, I told them I'm an Israelite. That's right, I'm an Israelite. They ask me where I'm from, I told them you can pick a side. We worldwide, I'm an Israelite. Whether through scripts or history, no, I can show you. In the army of Yahuwah, oh boy, I'm a soldier. Yeah, they ask me who I am, I told them I'm an Israelite. That's right, I'm an Israelite. Hey, we ain't saying this our salvation or nothing, but the Most High just put his name on it, so we represent. All praise. Shalom.
Yes. As we come back to the discussion, I see the chat. The chat is going kind of quick, and I see a lot of people's opinions. I see my brother Kunle IQ House of Drums 2. I see Gaver Miriam also. I see everybody that's on the chat. And I play some songs that I think are pertinent to what we are discussing tonight. So I think I might open up the phone lines because I feel the tension in the chat, the tension both ways. So I might open up the chat. I might open up the phone lines for those of you to call and be able to drop your opinions and leave your opinions on what is being said tonight. All right. So I might open it up. So do we need to clean up anything else, Sister Rhonda? Is there anything else any points that we might have missed?
No, I think opening up the phone lines is a great idea because the chat, they got a lot to say and I want it to be heard. There's a few people that I'm hoping that's gonna call in.
I know Zar is gonna call in.
We're not answering for him.
We're not answering for him?
No,
that's not. See, we can't do that. We can't hate. We can't do that, man. I'm not with whoever called first. We take the first 3 callers. Whoever that is.
Shout out to you. What did Gareth Naqueva say?
She said, we missing the point. And we have to remember the fact that he said, and I'm quoting word for word, the fact that he said, we are Hebrew Israelites, 1 million people are going to look up and research what that is. And that's what this is about. Let's not get away. We could look at how he did it. Now I'm using my own words. Her words was 1 million people going to realize we Hebrew Israelites and they're going to do the research. That was her words. And then let me shut up because that was her. I answered your question. I ain't gonna add my own 2 cents to it.
Because I know she's probably right behind it, but he's still a darn fool. She probably said something like that.
No, she didn't say that. She said it's still about the fact that people are waking up and the platform that he's on. And he's fighting for something, but people are waking up. They're gonna do the research. There's a lot of things that she mentioned and kept going to tell me to talk about. If you want me to keep going, but she was like, even the White Lives Matter thing or Black Lives Matter, it's like, let's not get away from how they outed him, even with the things he said. And he himself said he knows what Semitic is, and he can't be anti-Semitic because he's from Semitic line. Like he said all of these things.
He cannot represent me because he wouldn't know how to explain that point. He wouldn't know how to go in scriptures and explain it. So
right, he don't have to, but he's just now learning. Do you expect it? Like, that's not what we want. But he's opening up the eyes. Now people could come here to our platform and get taught. And this is what I learned. You know what? Real talk, though, Chief Ooze. When I went to Israel about 16, 17 years ago, the one and only time I went, and Slika, I'm on the phone. When I went to Israel, and I realized that a lot of these people from the KOI, they did not have an inkling, idea, or thought or understanding of what Torah was. And this is the truth. Didn't know what Torah was. And I said, that's when the first time I understood the two sticks joining together. You understand what I'm saying? Because we come from a school of understanding of Kanye West in which we break down Torah like nobody's birthday, and they had a certain spirituality in essence that if we band together, we'll be a perfect unit. That was the first time I understood that concept. And I bring that up because he uses, when people come out of Christianity or whatever religion or whatever they use, especially here in America, it's hard to disassociate. It's hard to separate or disassociate certain ideologies or certain things. You understand what I'm saying? But we can offer a certain level of wisdom and knowledge that's needed. We could bridge that gap. We can join these things together. And what he's doing, he's not representing us, and he's not misrepresenting us. He's just stating that there are a group of people who don't kill each other in the streets, who don't abort their children. And there's a group of people who band together, put their money together, and create businesses and stuff for each other. And we can do the same thing. Let's stop holding ourselves back. This is the argument he's creating. This is what we fight for when we talk about, and Israel need their own schools. Israelites need their own this. We need to come together. We talk this same talk. And this is why when people talk about unity, and this came up last week, and I'm sorry, now I am kind of getting emotional because it came up last week. We every congregation, when you're on YouTube right now, you have different congregations playing live. Everybody playing their live services on Shabbat. So it's easy for me to flick through and find a Jewish service, a black service, a white service. It's easy for me to do that, and it's easy for me to push play and hear whatever the message says. And if I just happen to push play and the message is we need to unify and black people need to come together, well, I'm gonna be like, well, I'll be. My brother's over here saying the same thing. Well, why don't we unite these two brothers and congregations together and unify? It's not so easy, right? We understand it's not so easy. There's a lot that goes into that. So I say all of that to say the principle, when we talk about Kanye West and we talk about how he's saying things, he's crazy or not crazy, let's understand what our job is, what we are here for, and let's not make it an issue as why we cannot separate and accomplish these same goals that everybody is trying to accomplish. In order to accomplish it, we have to find a way to work together. We may not agree, and we say this all the time, we may not agree, but we have to accomplish certain goals. He said he's a visionary. He might not be a leader, but a visionary is not always a leader. You know what I'm saying? You might be a visionary, but you might need somebody to help you execute that plan. So you need a general. You need somebody to say, yo, we got to execute it this way. This is your plan. This is how it gets done. So that's what working together is. Now I'm going to stop.
Hallelujah. So
That was good.
all right. I still got to go back to he died from fentanyl. White Lives Matter, and slavery was a choice.
White supremacists are on his side.
And Harriet Tubman, what he said about Harriet Tubman? Oh, she ain't free no slaves. That's what I'm talking about. It's mental. I believe Iman Havared said it earlier. Mental health, and I'm tired of making excuses for him. That's my whole thing, and he can't represent me because he don't know how them talking points as an Israelite, and all he's gonna do is embarrass us. That's all I'm saying. All the other stuff, he could keep it, he could have. But in terms of representation of me, you know what I mean? You know how many people his age, I'm around his age bracket, is calling him a fool right now? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it there. We gave all of our opinions already. You made your point. I made my point. I believe Sister Rhonda made her points. Let's open up the phone lines. The number is 347-622-9090. That's 347-622-9090. And let's see who's going to be first. Usually it'd be like Ima Havaret. She be the first. She be having that quick trigger finger. But let's see who calls first. I know Zar is emotional about this, and you're going to hear the emotion come through the phone. The number is 347-622-9090. 347-622-9090. Here we go. Trying to wait right here.
You could have dropped the drum track right quick.
Deborah Mack.
You could have dropped the drum track right quick.
Shalom, Deborah Mack. You on live with us.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Giving our honor to the Most High for our lives. Thank you. The one point is that allowing these people to speak out, granted, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but because of the platform he has, others need to refute what he's saying, because having that platform calling Israelites out, then other people think he's representing us.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to create a platform to state our case and our cause.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. That's right.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Agreed.
That and this is exactly what I'm saying. That he cannot be the representative of us because he doesn't know the talking points. Just to say it and not to be able to expound on it is going to make make us look ignorant.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing they said. He's spewing that black Hebrew. That's exactly how they said it. That black Hebrew Israelite philosophy, and then they just disregarded it like it meant nothing.
Yeah.
So
correct.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for your call.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, here we go. Rav Shabbat Ben Levi. Shalom, brother Rob. Hey, mute your screen in the back. Mute your TV in the back.
Oh, okay. Just to say
or your computer.
To expound on it is going to make. All right.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
All right. Now, I've seen the Drink Champs and I've seen the Tucker Carlson interviews.
Right.
I haven't seen anybody else come on any type of national platform like that and speak out like that. Now, the things you're saying about, Harriet Tubman and things like that, okay, he out of pocket with those type of situations. I give you that. I have no argument there. But, all right, wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. Now, of course, that is a trigger, point blank period. That's going to trigger everybody. Nobody want to see White Lives Matter when we here in captivity and that's our oppressor. But what I've been taught by the Israelite nation is, one, our forefathers put us in this situation, right? And two, we're supposed to be a light to the nations. When we say a light to the nations, are we stopping at white people? Are they not one of the nations that we're supposed to be a light to? You know what I'm saying? I got mixed family members. I was just on the phone with one of them last night, telling them about being a Hebrew. Am I not supposed to tell her she's an Israelite because she's of mixed descent? My brother's black. Her mother's white. So if she is who her father is, she's an Israelite. So am I supposed to cut her out of the picture because she's mixed, because she has a white mother? Now, as far as everything else he's saying that people disagree with, I have no argument and no beef there. But who else is having the courage to come on these platforms and put us on the map like that? I haven't seen it before.
Okay, my brother. Well, I would say no, but I would say that in terms of your mixed family member, that's a given. You know what I mean? We always teach that is a house of prayer for all people. I think the argument that or the discussion, the debate that we're having is, you know, like you said at the beginning, is a given that you can't say the things that you said. But now it's an accumulation of things that's being said throughout the years, and some people are just fed up with it, so they don't want to hear anything he has to say. He can't, like Sister Deborah Mack just said, like, you know, we need to have our own platform to say what we have to say, because we can't have a person like him representing us. Nick Cannon did the same thing a couple of years back, and then he retracted everything once they started taking away his shows, and they did all that. You know, so we've seen this before on a large platform. They made him go to the Holocaust Museum. He had after he had Professor Griff on his show, and then he started retracting everything back and taking everything back. He said the same thing. We Hebrew Israelites. He did all of that, and then he got scared. Then he got scared. You know what I mean? So at this point, I don't need any of them representing us if they're not going to have the right representation of us. I'd rather my brother Sha'altiel represent us. I'd rather have somebody like Zion Lech represent us. I'd rather have any Chief Naphtali Ben Dan or anyone within our community that's strong enough to represent us and put that face forward out there. I also see Brandon T. Jackson. He's out there saying he's an Israelite, but he don't sound crazy. He has a great representation of what, and he knows how to explain the points, and he knows how to stay in his pocket and explain the points that he needs to explain. And you don't see him in controversy. You don't see him in any kind of dilemma like this. You know, so Ye, I think he needs to study some more. I think that whatever he's dealing with, he needs to take care of that, and he needs to look at himself in the mirror and try to figure out what's going on with him. So thank you for the call anyway, my brother.
And I just want to add that maybe it's not about him. Maybe it is opening up this platform so the people that you spoke of that can come out and speak for us, maybe this is the time where we come out and we start speaking about that, to say, hey, Kanye West, and start telling more about what we do as opposed to having him as our spokesperson. So maybe while when they say strike while the iron's hot, maybe it's the time that we come out and start talking about this, since everybody else is talking about it. You know, as a nation.
But this is what happens, right? Because I recall a situation that occurred not too long ago where we had a certain sort of form of Israelites that called themselves Hebrew Israelites, and they were downtown, and it was something that happened. No, not downtown. They were in D.C. Yes. Or what have you, and it broke out crazy, and they were calling themselves Hebrew. Now we fall under that banner, right? Of course, we all say, well, we're not the same type of Hebrew Israelites, da. But then guess what happened? My very own, want me to retract? I'm talking about, remember that time in D.C., Chief?
Yeah, I remember. The brother.
And good. And so what happened after that? My very own, Morey Cottrell got on the news and was like, yo, I don't know those brothers. Like, remember when he went on the news? And there was
Fox. He was on Fox.
And there was a problem with that in the Israelite community amongst ourselves. So we talking about platform and certain things. I hone in on the unity. I hone in on your brothers at war, because there's plenty of opportunities that we have or had, and now this is even a bigger one. We have, and I don't even know where to say what we have to do from here, but I'm not going to go against, and that's what I'm arguing. I don't want to go against what's happening with the Kanye thing. You understand? Because we're creating, and we are collectively creating an avenue for our return and this great big day that we've been all so longing for. It's like at the tip of our fingers and tongue, and we don't know how y'all's working in this matter. And so it's like my point and position in all of this, and I agreed with the brother a little bit, like, the white lives matter don't mean black lives don't matter. Let's go back to that. White lives matter don't mean black lives don't matter.
But it's an
But
insult to us, bro.
no,
That's what you
it's
have to understand. It
I don't
alienates a certain demographic of our community. It alienates it because it's a trigger. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Where you can't play around with those things. Like you can't play around with telling people certain
how
things.
say that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall swear. How can we play around with that? That's what I'm saying. It's not, and then he told you it's not every Jew, it's not every white person, and we understand that even in our circle. There are certain individuals, well, no matter what race they are, that stand themselves out because of their disrespect. So they out themselves and be like, yo, we gotta draw the line. In fact, we have it amongst ourselves. And as far as you trying to draw the line with your own brother, what I'm saying is let's not draw the line with our brother. Let's learn to understand where he comes from. You said you would rather me be the spokesperson. That's only because you know where I come from.
And because you're gonna know how to explain the points. You're gonna know how to explain the points. That's been my argument from the beginning. That I need someone that knows how to explain the points. Because it makes no sense to say, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and now you're apologizing. Right. It makes no sense that you say you're a Hebrew Israelite and not because you can't explain the point.
I'm sorry you offended at what I said. I didn't mean to hurt you, but this is the reality. That's not, what kind of apology is that? What kind of apology is that? I'm sorry that you're offended, but the reality is, we run the world, and I want my people to run the world too. What? Come on. Is that a real apology? Like, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings, or it's like, yo, I'm sorry if you mad at the truth.
All right, we gonna go to the phone lines.
Yeah, let's go to the phones.
I got Ima Havared in the building. Ima, how you doing?
Hey, shalom. Love to everybody. Praise the Most High for the holy day, and I love the forum. Shatiel, come on now. What you upset about? Listen, it's a simple situation. I remember Dr. Martin Luther King's father telling his other son, AD, he said, if you can't help us, don't hurt us. Now, that's the first thing that we need to be thinking about. If you can't help us, don't hurt us. Now, the people that are coming out, in my opinion, and they're saying these little quips and stuff, nationwide TV, what are they actually doing to support the communities that they say, oh, yeah, I'm an Israelite? Oh, okay. So where's all the support? You guys are millionaires, billionaires, and everything else. You can go anywhere in the world. You're setting up all kinds of things. What are you doing if you're saying you're an Israelite? Why are you bringing this stuff out? And it's really, at this point, all about them receiving something, not giving, but receiving something. And we're supposed to be unified. Well, where's their unity? What are they doing? They just out there saying stuff, then they turn around and, oh, I'm so sorry. But we're supposed to, as the Democrats, the Republicans, and any of these other politicians, they come into our neighborhoods all the time.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we really care about you guys, and we know we done did this to you, and we know you guys done been through that. And then what happens? As soon as they get the vote, they're gone. We have to demand people to do what they're supposed to do. You think the Most High is impressed by this stuff? Now just ask that question. Is he impressed? I mean, we keep wanting to use the Torah, we want to use the verses and stuff like that, but what would the Most High be impressed with? Some guy that's standing up there doing all this stuff by people that study oppressing us, and then come back and say, yo, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and then go on and get on his yacht and go on wherever he's going, and then standing up there with the same people that are keeping us from getting housing, keeping us from getting jobs, keeping us from getting all the different things that we need.
Speak on that, Ema.
All the different things that we need. We ourselves are our own unit. We ain't worried about none of them. The Most High say, I save. I ain't worried about you getting on TV talking and running off at the mouth and again making us look like knuckleheads. You know.
And that's all I'm saying, Ema.
Put your money where your mouth is. Put your work where your mouth is. Put your attitude where your mouth is. You can always stand on that. This man don't have to worry about nobody taking his sports contract away or his endorsements away. He already done made all the money he can make for 10 lifetimes. So if they really care about us, then we stand behind people who is going to put their money where their mouth is, who going to show us that they care about us. We need schools. Yeah, well, I don't see you building those schools, my brother. I don't see you helping us get those things we need. We're going to be needing food in a few minutes. Let this recession keep going. So I don't have no hard feelings toward him. As a matter of fact, we come from the same place, same neighborhood.
Okay.
Chicago. But that's not the point. The point is we are working towards something real under the guise of the Most High. And we have to hold people to the same standards that we hold ourselves to. And people just getting up, using us, and putting these little words out here every 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'm an Israelite. Oh, no.
And don't even know how to argue the points. Don't even know how to defend it. That's what I'm upset with.
Didn't even stop to try. It wasn't important. It's just something to be said for the minute, for the camera to be rolling, for the lights to be flashing, for all of that, so that a debate can be, so we can help build his empire. He's already got his empire. Did he go get a sister? Did he go get one sister?
No. Talk about it, Ema. Talk about it for the sisters out there that's defending him. Talk about it, Ema. That's what I'm talking about.
Dogged him out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, we got to get real about this thing. It's us and the Most High. And if y'all ain't rolling with that, all the rest of that stuff is just window dressing and what I call smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. It's like going to a carnival show. You don't know when you get on that ride, you're going to be dipping up and down. You don't know which door you're going to come in. Where's the trap door? Who's talking about what? Hey, come on over here. I got the ladies with the twirl. And this woman got herself a beard. So, we have to be real about this. Nick Cannon, another billionaire. What did he do to show that he is an Israelite? Because anybody can say, yeah, I'm an Israelite by birth, and it's going to be 1 million people watching on TV.
And he's teaching the word.
They would be more impressed if they was watching on TV and they saw this brother breaking ground on some place for us to have an outreach center or something like that.
It do.
When you just saying, we Hebrew Israelites. Okay, well, let me go look that up. And there's 1,000 different ways to be a Hebrew Israelite, and not all of them are right. So that's my point. We have to be for us first, and all of the clown shows that keep coming up, wanting to talk and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we hear all that, but what you gonna do? That's what I want to know. What you getting ready to do?
That's right.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Great point. Great point.
Yeah, great point.
Cha'atil, do you want to say anything?
A lot. He donated to the Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. Like, he donated to certain individuals who lost, what the whole Black Lives Matter we was fighting for during certain times, as far as that was concerned. Kanye donated to those things. But my question, and this is not directed to Ema, with all due respect, this is to all. When we look at what these celebrities, and as far as what they're doing for us, right? Because they have so much, money or what have you, right? That they've worked hard for to gain for whatever future there is, right? Are we interested in them directly coming to us, our small little pockets of communities of doing certain things? Or are we doing anything to attract positive influence from these people to say, I want to support this cause? You understand what I'm saying? Because you brought up the Brendan T. Jackson, and it's not like he's just like going in the wind. He has connections. He deals with our brother Rob Zoridon, who's in Georgia making moves, and he's actually a councilman on the city council. And I got to shout my brother out, because we have to. I don't want to get this out of context, right? The thing is, he's acknowledging, and you said this too, Sister Rhonda, why do you feel like he's using us or our name? That part I don't understand. If people recognize through whatever way they come across to the Creator, right? Everybody don't come dead smack to the Most High like bam, like this. Some people go through Islam or Christianity, or do both, or your walks away to just the higher spirit is different, and everybody's journey is different, understanding is different. So we don't know how Father works. What we do know is the representation of the name, and to say that he's just using that to get more money is, I think, is a little like, why would he use that? You know, he's really fighting against the Jews. He wants us to band together if you listen to the message. And that's what I keep saying. He uses black people, and he doesn't specify a difference between black Israelites and non-black Israelites. He's saying black people because we are the chosen of the Creator. That's a fact. Whether he came into this knowledge now or previous, it doesn't matter. What we know is the truth, and we have to fight for that. I'm not arguing, and that's what I'm saying. I'm fighting for that. And if he needs education, and maybe he needs one of us, you know how they say Kanye apologized, he had a white rabbi to educate him on anti-Semitic, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we need to reach out to Kanye and have that, find someone that can be of a status. I mean, because else, what are we doing here? Are we creating more separation? Because are we saying it's all right to join as unity, but if you're gonna say out of pocket things, I don't want to be down with you. Everybody ain't gonna say what you want them to say. Everybody ain't gonna look how you want them to look. Israelites look different. We come on different specs and spotted. Look at Jacob when he had when he did the thing with Laban, and he had the speckle and spotted and all of that. We come all different shapes, sizes. So you can't expect all Israelites to have the same talk. And so this is what I learned through my walk. You might have some Messianic Hebrews that agree with certain things. Well, I understand I might not agree with the Yahushai or this, that, and the third, but if we can agree on this, then we can walk together and accomplish a mission. 12 tribes, 12 different cities, we got split as 2 different kingdoms. We clearly didn't agree on everything all the time. But there was things that we had to fight for that were important for our culture, for our children, and we're fighting for our name. That's what we're fighting for. And so, no, I'm not saying he's representing us, but he mentioned us. And so we fighting for our name. And we having this platform that they say, yo, yes, the Hebrew Israelites do need to come together. Black people do need to come together and build a school. And maybe if he found one of our GoFundMe accounts that we have out there, maybe he'll donate to one of our GoFundMe accounts.
Well,
I mean,
can I just say this? I get some of the things that you're saying, but I see someone online, Sister Aura. I don't know if that's Gavera or Aura, but Sister Aura. Y'all have too much faith in this man is borderline disturbing. I don't know if you mean in Kanye or in like when you saying this man, you mean like the white man. I'm not sure what side of the argument you're on, but can you please specify that or make that clear for us so that, because I'm looking at the comments. While
Looks like it's Kanye. It looks like she said Kanye.
Oh, about
she
Kanye.
said he surely doesn't represent me.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't, and that's exactly, and that's what I'm saying in terms of what everything that's happening around. Like, look at, and I'm glad that we're having this conversation and that people get what we're doing on the Shabbat day and trying to figure out, because the beginning statement was, I don't want him represent me as an Israelite, right? And Shaaltiel is giving his opposing point. And the main thing that you see out of what we're doing is, you see how spirited we are, and we're making our points with spirit, that I could sit down and I could listen to him, and he could sit and he could listen to me. And that's the best thing out of this debate, whether you on one side or the other, that me and that brother could sit down and we could debate. And he's younger than me, but I could listen, I could sit down and listen to him, and he could sit down and listen to me. And guess what? At the end of this, we're not going to have any animosity against each other, because Kanye ain't feeding us.
That's right.
So listen, we had these discussions.
Well, we know that. But what we know is, once you put Kanye in the subject line, people gonna start looking and they go, that's what we know.
So
that's what we know.
I'm gonna put on the title of this does Kanye West represent Israelites of today, or something like that, and that way people
right.
come and listen to this back and forth.
An Israelite. Put that together. That's right.
I think we need to see if we can get a couple more calls in. Our chat
the
is
lines
hot.
is over. 347-622-9090. 347-622-9090. I think I had a brother who called. I'm gonna call him back. Oria. Let's see if he
Yeah, I want to
picks
hear
up.
from him. He's got a lot to say in the chat, so I want everyone to
Very
hear from him.
intelligent brother. So let's hear what he
Yeah.
got to say. Let's see if he's on. If he's gonna pick up. Shalom, shalom, my brother. You're on live.
Okay, all right. Let me mute my TV right quick.
All right. He's on the Kanye side, by the way, from what I see in his comments.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I'm really on.
Okay.
What I'm really on is that there's a message that needs to be got out.
What?
Number two, if the brother needs education, then we need to educate him. Number three, he's claiming to be an Israelite. Whether we like it or not, he is Israelite.
Right.
Okay, so we can't. That's not a debate that we have. The education debate, yes. We also have to look at his history. Where does he come from? What's his background? You know, back in the day, if I went to go talk to a girl, guess what? The first thing I was asking to do when I walked up, who your people is. You know what I'm saying? So we getting away from what's his background. I would have did some research on the brother. The brother's father was a Black Panther.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we are getting into things, but the platform is what we need. Maybe we need to get Zion Lex in contact with him, so we can get that message out. Let's get him and Kanye on the same show together, so we can talk about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But
I like that.
we, as a unit, see the thing about Israel is that we are persecuted and we are rewarded as a unit, not as just individuals. We are responsible for my brother. You know, we may not want him to represent us. We may not agree with the things that he says or how he says them. And, you know, and I've listened to the interviews. I've listened to them. And this brother says some things that are very specific. And when he says things, he says this: I am Jew. I'm not Jewish. The Jewish people are the ones that's persecuting me in the media because they control the media. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't believe that, go look at any movie, wait till the credits, and you see every Jewish name you want to in there.
Pittsburgh.
Look at the music industry, the negative music that comes out. Look at the owners of the music. You see all of the Jewish names in there. That's facts. Those are the people that he's against. He apologized to his friends that are Jewish. Then he says, "Hey man, I'm not against you, but I'm against those who are against me." Now, if we as a people were supportive of each other, he would have to go back and apologize to nobody, because our money would be backing him up. Our money would be backing up our stores. Our money would be backing up all the things that we need. But because we spend billions of dollars on all these other platforms and all the other places and not in our own businesses, that's why we have to go back and apologize.
Can I just say something in terms of the music business and controlling the music? Now, are we talking about the 60s, the 50s, maybe perhaps the 70s? Yeah, we had a lot of Italians and Jews, you know, and the record business or in the music business controlling a lot of it. But we also have Motown with a Black owner, Berry Gordy, right? Then hold on for a second.
Okay.
We have Berry Gordy, right? A lot of people didn't get paid from Berry Gordy. Today, you don't hear rappers complaining about Jewish people not paying them. You hear when Mace is complaining about not getting paid or getting his money, who is he complaining about? He's not complaining about a white guy. When Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj and Drake is complaining about not getting paid, who are they complaining about? They not complaining about a white guy. They're complaining about Birdman. So what I'm saying is a lot of these narratives and a lot of these arguments are arguments from the past. Yes, I can't deny that a large number of the media that's being held is predominantly from Jewish folks, right? For the exception of maybe Fox News, which is Rupert Murdoch. He's a Australian, I believe. He's from Australia. But in terms of us supporting each other, Tyler Perry just opened a big studio in Georgia. Why don't we go down there and support Tyler Perry? Because in reality, you know what I mean? The nepotism that they show or that they might show is something that really everybody would do if they could pass on a business or pass it down to their nephew or to their child or whomever it may be. That's the way most business runs. You know what I mean? If your child comes up in the right way to do certain things. So I don't so much concentrate on them because it's not, it's like we got to concentrate on what we're supposed to be doing as a people. We got to concentrate on that. And I'm not giving them an excuse for the wrong that they do, but I mean, I've heard my teachers just talk about Jewish people, and then as soon as the sun go down, they go to the Jewish restaurant and get pizza.
Right.
How you gonna talk about them, and then right after the sun go down, you just got off the beamer talking about them, and then you get off the beamer and you go to their kosher Chinese restaurant.
Jewish media means you control what.
I can't argue that point, right?
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I'm just that's some of the things that frustrate me. You know what I mean? Not that Ooze is just taking the Jewish side, but I'm like, enough with them, bro. We don't gotta concentrate on them. We got YouTube. We could grab a channel and blow it up. You got websites that you could grab and you could blow it up, and you never have to use them anymore. You never have to use they media content anymore.
True that, and that's why I'm here with you every week. That's why I'm playing.
Told I. That's why I
play all the music, man. I got kids that I drive to and from school, right? That's on my son's football team, and I'm educating them through the music that sounds like their music.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That we got to reach all the avenues that we can. I'm with the brother in that the platform is wide enough and the expression is wide enough that we can grab worldwide more. And so we get him on the platform. Now your platform is now worldwide. You blowing up. Anything that he touches blows up.
Period.
Motown is owned by Universal Music Group today, but in the 60s, I believe that was a Berry Gordy owned company. I don't know if he partnered with anybody, but that was a black owned company.
Okay.
So, no, I'm answering somebody in the comment. Now I could be wrong, but from what I remember.
So Leor Cohen was on the Breakfast Club.
Right. And
they asked him directly about why he produced negative music.
When was this?
You know what I said?
When was this?
I got people I got to feed.
When was this? When was he on Breakfast?
This is like last month. I just looked at it again today. I'm just looking at part of it today. But that's the thing, man, is that the negativity is being promoted.
Right.
But we can promote.
I agree.
Like what's his name, man? White Linen.
Right.
I had kids bumping in the car with White Linen today.
Hear me? That joint fire.
So we have to be promoters of ourselves.
I'm really done.
There's several brothers that got banks right now. Right? Kanye is talking like with some other people open up a bank. Yes. All right, so let's get that bank and say, okay, man, we come to your bank, but we need to open up a school in our community. Will you finance that? We need to open up a grocery store in our community. Will you finance that? I'm down here right now. Me and my wife trying to buy 50 acres so we can produce food. I'm trying to make sure that we get water source on it so I can grow my own fish and then sell it to the people so we can have our own people. You know what I'm saying? But until we start getting our own resources and really communicating with each other, that's how we're going to get done. I'm going to be quiet. I know other people want to talk.
Hallelujah. Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. So, yeah, I don't know, with the going back to the Berry Gordy thing, in the 60s, that was Motown. What was that? Hitsville, USA, they used to call it. You know what I mean? So, and that was owned by a black man. So, I'm not sure who he partnered up with back then. Maybe he had some silent partner, but I was talking about in terms of back then. By now, that company has been sold, I think, a couple of times. So on that note, are y'all ready to listen to some music? Let's listen to some music, and then we'll come back to the discussion. How about that? What you feel about that, Sister Rhonda? Some music right now?
I think that would be good.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to the song y'all was just talking about.
I'm really a dog. I'm really a dog.
That's where we going.
Hey, that's my joint.
I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Let's get it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I belong in Jerusalem, had the Ark of the Covenant, David and Solomon, yeah, woo, blessed with the melanin, I might look like a cherubim, God bless my intelligence, yeah. My robe look like cocaine, fringes at the bottom, that's royal blue like God say. Got my drip from out of this world, way past Pluto. Pharaoh and them, they heard of me, Nebuchadnezzar heard of me. Daniel and Joseph, I got the blood of Dan and Joseph. We was in Babylon, even right Egypt, time of Joseph. All facts, I speak for them. Even if they lost, I still speak for them. I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Let's get it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm cut kinda different. Torah, different kind of living. Doing around in 14. I stock my kitchen. Got my script from God, not no religion. Way before Dubai, we was drip like that. Queen Sheba asked Solomon how he drip like that. Yeah, before she met with the king, he told her about y'all shit, pray to the moon. She said, look at all of y'all priests, he was impressed by how they grew. This is the truth, I never pray to the moon, I never pray to the sun. I am a son, ain't no change in me, my word hit harder than gun. We resurrect someday, we gon' be up someday. That's Ezekiel 37, y'all should read someday. I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Let's get it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don. I'm really a don. I'm really a don.
Hallelujah. All right. We are back on. I believe my brother Akun Leah is. Give me 1 second, Kun. So yes, we back on with this discussion. Everybody wanted to hear the King Malachi White Linen. And look how time flies. It's already 10:33. We only got about 27 minutes left. So we gonna listen.
Yeah, you ain't doze off once.
Yeah, because it's an engaging conversation.
You keeping him on his toes.
Yo, we be falling asleep behind the ones and twos sometimes. Like, all right, I gotta go, y'all. Let's be real. Your voice is still high pitched. You don't look tired. You don't look nothing like that. You looking good, Chief.
I know that I see a lot of really good points made by Malika Cuffy. She's really been going in and making some really good points. Maybe she might want to call in and share some of her points with us.
Some people don't like some people don't like calling in. They like just writing they points. Well, I gave the number out so they could call, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think what we getting mixed up as that misrepresentation thing. Like Kanye, he never said he's representing the Israelite community. He just came out and said, you know, he's jealous of the Jews and he wish we could be like, you know, and be together and accomplish what they have. Like, you know what's funny though? Like when we look at Deuteronomy 28, right? We ask ourselves sometimes, I don't know if you did, but sometimes we come up, are we living under the blessing or are we living under the curse? Do you see yourself free right now? Do you see yourself a slave? And I think what's happening is the knowledge of the creator is starting to expand so much that, you know, the history of America and the certain truths, because they say we're in the age of information, people are starting to wake up to the truth, and it's just not knowing really what to do. I met a guy who, like, he came into the knowledge of Torah and he wanted to do an offering in New York City. Like, he literally wanted to kill an animal and slay it and do it like right in one of them big parks. And I'm like, bro, you got to be smart. Not only is it against the law to do it in other lands, but if you to get caught doing that anywhere in the city, you know, there's certain repercussions. So sometimes our zeal of serving the creator have us doing things that are out of pocket. You know, we have many examples of that in Torah. You know, that we zealous, thinking that it's gonna be for our benefit. You know, and it's like that's where that phrase came from in Samuel. It says it's better to obey than to sacrifice. Like, you know, but sometimes we get zealous and just don't know how to direct that energy. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's all giving glory to the creator because we are acknowledging and exposing the truth. And that's what Kanye is doing. He's exposing certain truths that we might not be privy to because we're not in that environment. And he's not talking about Jewish people as a religion. He's talking about those who control the media because they are able to control what message gets out there. I remember back when we was trying to get stuff out in the studios and whatnot, and they said you're not playing music. Your music is too positive. We want to hear music that degrades and talks about the short skirts, the drugs and the women and da da da. Like that's what they want to put out. We know that there's a certain image that the media tries to portray about the black urban community. And so the media is always trying to make us look bad at certain things. And this is what Kanye is trying to target. And so it's like, we don't understand it because we haven't been on that level where he's at. And he came from the ground up. So the platform he created for himself is like, nah, I'm ready to expose the truth because I've been through too much. I'm still alive. You're going to have to kill me. Or if not, I'm going to get my people out of here. We're going to find a way to be.
You got somebody here to support you. We got brother Akum Leah, Ben Morey Hoshea, Ben Cohen Levy, Ben YisraEL. My brother. Shalom, shalom.
Wake up, Cole. Shalom, Cole. What's up, Cole?
Actually, my first time being on the show.
Right.
Wish the best regards to everybody that's listening, that will listen in the future. Cause I know you're gonna turn in on like a day later, a week later. You know how we do.
My brother.
But, is there anything that you want to like ask me about any of the comments I made, or you just want to just?
No, I know you have a lot on your mind, and I know what side you riding with. So
he's a musician. He's an artist.
I'm riding with your hoe. I don't know what if you're gonna quote me. Look at all my quotes, read every single one of them, and then tell me if I went with a misstep. What I'm saying, I ride with y'all.
Absolutely.
And what he does, I don't get away of it. I'm not gonna get in and give my opinion against it, for it. I'm for what y'all's doing.
Now, that's why I made a comment that what Governor Quaver said was very, very key. I don't know if people understand the world we live in, where there's a whole bunch of social media, outlets, and some of these players on these outlets are major players. In other words, if somebody has influencer numbers, y'all know how it go. Maybe if you have 1 million followers, all 1 million won't see it, but 100,000 would. So for her to say 1 million people would, know now about YisraEL just for this simple matter. And another post I put was that publicity, even if it's bad publicity, it's publicity. It's going out to the public. That's the root word of it, public. So this is being made public. I mean, look, we can go on all day. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's an angel. By far, none of us are. What do you mean? We all tainted. And I think another post I said is that we all have some mental issues dealing with slavery itself. That's a post-traumatic disorder that we're all under. Some of us imagine it better because we've been in this way a little longer, or we've been practicing certain things a little longer to keep our minds, and hearts a certain way. He doesn't have that. He's lost like a foreigner, like a stranger. That's another post I put. And are we to treat foreigners and strangers ill? Or are we to give them, it's like if somebody come and ask them for directions and you curse them out because they don't know where they're going.
And they white.
Exactly what this is. I mean, if you are in the know, if you know more, if you know better, do better. How are we going to sit here and talk about the brother? He's doing better than us in one way, and we're doing better than him in another way. How about we shake hands? How about we come to some understanding? Where's the understanding in this people that have all the knowledge and wisdom that say they follow Yah? Why they sound like that? That's what I want to understand. But I digress from that. My point being, this is Yah's work, as all of it is. We don't get to vote. We've been here too long. That's another post I put. We've been here too long if we think we have a vote in this. We don't have no vote in this. We have commands that we need to follow. Gather ourselves in this day and time. Seek the Most High. I mean, I don't hear bashing Kanye or bashing UZAEL or bashing Cohen or bashing that Morey or bashing that sister or anybody is going to get us further. So that's my stance. Now you can ask me anything you need to ask me.
Nah, you already made your position, my brother.
Yeah.
Good hearing from you.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on. So that for giving me the opportunity.
Shalom.
My email's here too. And
Yeah,
she had something. I don't want her to make a whole nother phone call, right?
Nah, go ahead. She could say what she has to say. Gewähr Miriam.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Giving all praise and honor and glory to the Most High King. I am so elated to have life, to have breath, to have presence of mind. We're here in Guyana, South America, by the way. So, we're hearing things. It's almost like, we're on the outside looking in. And what I mean by that is...
Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
that the Most High is his master plan at the end of the day. But I always ask the question, where are we in prophecy? See, when I see things like this happen and I hear this, I see that something is moving. There's a movement going on here. It's a moving and a shaking. We are all out of pocket in this sense that we, at one point, at some point, none of us knew who we were. We were so lost. We're still lost. We are people who are lost. We are a case study to all the other nations because they have had their hands on our substance, on us, from time that we can't even remember from when, And so we're coming along in this journey. It's a process, and whatever this brother's process is, that belongs to him. We all have had one. We all are in the process. So wherever you are in the spectrum, along the spectrum of the process, trust that. Trust that the Most High knows exactly what's going on. When you see stuff like this, you can better believe that prophecy is moving along. It's going to come at the end, before it's over. We're going to be a people again. We're going to be back in our land. We're going to have our own governance. We're going to be showing the nations what they're supposed to be doing because they are out of sync. They're so out of pocket that they The Most High said, before I destroy a people, I first make them to go mad. So when you talk about madness, don't look at the madness of the brother. You look at the madness of the people who the brother, the society and the system that who he's functioning in. Look at the people who he just married, who he just came out of. Look at all that madness. You want to talk about madness now. So just know and understand that the Most High is telling us, he said, listen, from your perspective, YisraEL, watch everything, because all of this are signs of the heavens. He said, be not dismayed at the signs, but be aware of them. So I pray that the Creator will help us understand how we are supposed to deal with these situations when they come up. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. You know, it's just like take a Selah moment, because you don't have to do a thing about it, because the Most High got it all under control. Now, we could say that the brother is mad. You might want to say that, but he certainly is functioning because he's making a lot of money. He's not making money just for himself. He's making money for them. Don't think that they're taking this lightly. They don't want to lose his. They love that he apologized if that's what he had to do or he chose to do, because then that way they can go, you know, wipe the sweat off of their brow and save face, because now they can say, well, you know, because he made them a whole lot of money. That's what we do. That's what we came here to do. That's what Most High put us here to do. We serve them. We serve so much that they get everything. And when they see that we get a little bit too much, oh, they're going to take us down. I don't care what they call us. They will take you down. Like Jacksons and all the rest of them. They don't care. You could be smart, dumb, whatever. If you're making them some money, and when they get sick of you and they tired of you and they want to get rid of you, that's what they do. That's their portion. Our portion is, as brother said right before here, catch the brother in the net. If you can, catch him. Because he has brought, that publicity has brought to light that there is another side of a Jew. Mm-hmm. And it's not to be taken lightly. Now, they're going to try to say, them black, they always want to put us in a negative light. But the Most High said, he has the final word. And he's going to bring us up. He is. He does. He will. I mean, I hear you all talking about the things that are going on over there. Well, let me tell you something. There are things going on over here, too. Okay? We are moving on up. We are. The Most High said it would happen. So, you know, trust the process. Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Love you guys so much.
That's the Bronx crew.
Trust
the Bronx crew in the house.
Where hip-hop started.
Yeah, Shalom, shalom. So that was my brother Makun Leah ben Morey Hoshea ben Cohen Levy.
Oh,
so
hallelujah.
And his Ima Gavret Marion.
Yes.
A woman who I respect daily. And these are, you see, and you see, we're not all, and then you get the elders to come and give us wisdom and to settle things down. You got some elders that are a little bit more feisty than others, but we need all that, you know, and that's what makes us us, you know, and we're going to not agree on everything. And I know sometimes some of us get frustrated because you see certain things, but my thing is, man, when you don't know, get somebody who knows. That's my whole thing. Mm-hmm. If you don't know, get somebody who knows so that you don't make us look all like fools. That's it. Get somebody. That was my same argument with Nick Cannon. I thought he was going to get my brother Zion Lex. He was in communication, and they were talking because the fire was on him, and he was going to bring him on the show. And then what happened? He got scared. They made him sit down with some Jewish rabbi. He had to go see the Holocaust Museum, and then that was it for him.
But Nick Cannon's situation was a little different, though, right? It was a little bit different than this right here, you know. And
Nick Cannon said the same thing. How can I be anti-Semitic when I am Semitic? He said the same thing, and Professor Griff was there. Professor Griff was there talking, and Nick Cannon got a little bit too loose, and he started talking, and he felt comfortable, and Professor Griff didn't really go in that deep. But Nick Cannon, after that show, and he posted it, Jude, all the same groups came down on him, and they started taking they took Wildin' Out away from him. They took all these shows that he was doing away from him, and then he said, I'm sorry. When all you had to do when that Jewish rabbi was there said, well, I'm going to bring somebody from from a community that's an Israelite and that's well versed in Torah and in everything else that you're versed in, because my brother Zion Lex is versed in Mishnah. He's versed in all of that. So you could sit down with him face to face, and now you're going to have somebody that's not going to bring it across ignorantly, and that's going to say is going to scream in your face and say the white man is the devil, and that the Jewish man is he's not going to say all that. He's going to sit down there and he's going to say, do you want to open scriptures, Rabbi, or you don't want to open scriptures? You know what I mean? Which way we going to do it? And I'm going to prove to you how the statement that I can't be anti-Semitic, because I am Semitic, stands valid, and then go that way. That's my argument in this whole thing. I don't want Kanye West represent me. That's my argument in this. So let me, I got Malika I have her on the line right here, and I'm calling her.
Good.
Right
I've been waiting for her.
Ooh.
Sister Malika.
Shabbat shalom.
How you doing? Shabbat shalom.
We live. So, as a person speaking from the Kanye West generation, I honestly support Kanye West because
Kanye West might be a little bit older than you. He's my generation.
Yeah, but when he came out, that's when we was bumping it.
Okay.
And he's still putting on for my generation.
Okay.
How do you know?
So y'all gonna claim him? Y'all gonna claim him? Go ahead, y'all claim him.
Out here wearing Yeezys and but I'm sorry, I'm a little shy. But
no, go ahead, take your time.
You're doing fine.
As though when he talked about being around Trump and White Lives Matter and all the other stuff, being with the Kardashians, I just see it as code switching for me. As in, okay, do what we got to do to make the white man happy, and at the end of the day, we're going to make our money, and as soon as we get to the top, that's when it's like, all right, at the end of the day, now I rule you guys, and y'all not going to drop me because I'm the reason that you're bringing in money. Yes, they say he's losing billions, but Adidas is going to be losing over $400 and something million every couple of months. That's way more of a loss than Kanye is taking. And also back to what I was commenting on, we're saying how we need him to do stuff for us. Like Kanye, we don't need him to do anything for us. We are individuals. We are the sons and daughters of the Most High. We need to be the ones putting it out there. Now, as the Israelite community, I've noticed the music is more that's out there. Yeah, I love the drummers. Yeah, drummers, Chi-Tail. Yeah, y'all drummers. I support the drumming. But how many times will I research for Israelite outfit and I'm seeing the fringe all the way around the bottom? I don't want that. Like, how many of us is actually putting it out there? Because yes, he could say, okay, the Israelite community, but which Israelite community? That's our job to let everybody know the right Israelite community.
Right.
But nobody's out here putting that out there. I've been in this way of life for 4 years now, and there's always, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need a school, we need to do this. But yet nobody's implementing the plan. There's a few designers out here, like I said in the comments, maybe we should do an annual fashion show. Maybe we should have expo where there's a lot of people that I know that have
my sister Michelle was doing an annual fashion show.
Everyone's selling their brand, and then we won't have to worry about having to buy from Kanye West or trying to decide if I want to buy from Ralph Lauren when we could just buy from our own people. Because we're not buying from our own people. We're still out here buying Ralph Lauren and all the expensive brands that are owned by these people. And then we want to get mad at an individual who's like, I'm not anti-Semitic, when I am Semitic. That doesn't make any sense to me. So again, I just hope people can see it as a lesson, as in what happens when we tell the truth to people. They tell us, oh no, you need to apologize. We need you to be a good boy and apologize. Nobody's understanding that message, because it's the same thing with Nick Cannon. Nobody's understanding that same message. He's not the first one. Even Ice Cube had came out and said something about
Straight like that.
real Hebrews.
And Kanye said he's going to talk to Ice Cube too.
Because they're shutting us up. So we need to speak more. It's not Kanye West's job. He's just saying what he feels in his heart. It's our job as the sons and daughters to speak up and say, you know what? This is what we need to do. We need to be on social media, out here promoting more from our community, because I'm trying to look up something from somebody new coming in, trying to look up something from our community, and I'm getting mixed messages the same way how people think Kanye's out here promoting mixed messages. I'm also doing my research as a young individual and getting mixed messages too. So again, this is our job to promote the Most High to the 100% power and not get mad at an individual that's giving out mixed messages because he's learning day by day. We don't know what his job here on earth is. That's not for us to know. That's only the Most High to know. But we should understand the fact that he actually put out a little message, and just because the way how we received the message, you have to look between the lines. Same thing with the Torah. There are things you have to look between the lines just to get the message.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what Chief Binyamin said last week. Don't read on the lines. Don't read between the lines, because there ain't nothing but white space between the lines. But I understand to some level what you're saying. My whole point is that with an individual like that, he cannot represent what we are as a people.
But he's not representing what we are as a people. He just said what he believes.
But they're making him a representative because automatically they said, this is what in one news report, this is what I saw. They said Kanye West is spewing out, the reporter said Kanye West is spewing out Hebrew Israelite philosophy. The Hebrew Israelites are in the what's the name of that group? The Southern Poverty, whatever they call that. The Southern Poverty so and so and so. That's a hate group.
That's a hate. But
sadly, that's, if I tell anybody I'm an Israelite, well, when I used to live in New York City, if I tell anybody I'm an Israelite, they're gonna ask me if I'm the people that stand on 125th Street that be yelling. So they don't know. They don't know. They just know from what they see.
Right. That's why I said we have to be represented.
Exactly. We need to speak up. We can't be upset at a person giving a message when we ourselves are not even giving the message.
I think we're giving the message. I think that is the amount of people that hear the message. We give the message every week. We've been giving it. Me personally, I could say we've been online since some people, 2007?
Oh yeah, since COVID, yeah, it's been great.
No, I'm talking about even before COVID, sis. Since 2007, 2006, we've been online giving this message. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point is the support. You know, the whole point is the support and how we push our agenda. If you're afraid to share a link, or you're afraid to do anything like that, then we're also part of that problem and not getting the word out there, because you might not. What you said?
I'm sorry, Chief. I said,
all right, sis, we're gonna talk to you. All right.
Okay.
All right, shalom.
Thanks,
Thank you for calling.
We limit our support because you're the same person that would say, I don't want to take any donations from Kanye because he don't represent. And so we pick and choose.
I said I ain't want to take no donations from Kanye. I said that.
Well, I'm not.
We gonna take the donations. We taking them.
No, you wouldn't.
I might not. I might not. I might not like. I might not
I
want him
don't-
represent me, but I'm gonna take that donation, baby. I'm not gonna mess the bag up.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna
all
take the
money.
donation.
You know that. You say all money ain't good money because of where, whatever, and you don't want to take.
I don't remember me saying that in this discussion, but go ahead.
You don't have to say it in this discussion. I know you, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling Sister Rhonda too. If money comes from a certain place or company, you say I don't want to take it because I don't want people to think that I support that. And that's what you would say. I don't want people to think that I'm down or support whatever that cause is or whatever he's about. So I'm not gonna take it. You telling me you wouldn't do that? I'm not saying you. I'm saying we as a collective Israelite community, we pick and choose. We pick and choose. So I think and this goes back to that word unity. And you use the word support. Support and unity is the same thing. Go ahead, Sister Rhonda.
No, we're gonna take the money. We're gonna take the money, right, O's? We're gonna take the money,
and then we're gonna take the money and we're gonna educate them. How about that?
That's right. And this was a good discussion. This was a great way to close this out. I'm so excited about some of the topics that we're gonna have in the future. It's really good to see how engaged our family is online. Mm-hmm. This was good. This was
we
very
kept
good.
It up above 100 all night. It's over. It's 100. It keeps going up. So everybody, I guess this was a table talk that we needed to have. And listen, people, I know sometimes we have discussions, and some of us take certain things so personal. Like every discussion is not. At the end of the day, Ye is not, like we said, he's not put money in any of our pockets, but we're arguing actual things that are, or debating. I don't want to say argue. We're debating things that are in the media and and things that affect us in one way or the other, especially as Israelites. And like I said from the beginning, my whole point is I need representation from somebody that's more qualified to represent me rather than somebody because he's a billionaire. To represent me.
When you say that, you're throwing people off because nobody said he was representing us. So it's like you're creating a different kind of dialogue there.
That's what debate is. That's what debating is. You create your lane and then you argue and you debate your point. That's debate 101. That's why I won this debate tonight and you didn't, because I created my lane.
You ain't bring up not near fact.
I didn't bring up facts. I said everything he said. Those were all factual.
But not as to say. First of all, I didn't know this was a debate. I didn't know we were debating. Let me just say
it's always a debate, brother. Once we start arguing and have opposing points, it's a debate. That's what they do on TV shows.
In that case, I won because the premise I was on was unity and bringing everybody together. So you're telling me you're opposed unity? Is that what you're telling me, brother?
I don't oppose unity. But I don't think, but I don't think that all unity is true unity, and I'm not going to fool myself. And there's some people that, because the Torah tells you, say if your enemy, that means you're not united with your enemy. You're commanded to help them if you see them struggling with something. But I don't believe that there was at every point there was always unity with individuals. You know what I mean? I don't believe that there was always unity with individuals in terms of that. Now, as a nation, yes, when certain moves happen, you got to be in a certain mode. I get that. I'm not going to see somebody stranded out there because that's Torah. You know what I mean? That's Torah. But you got some people that in life, even in life, that might be Israel. You got people in life that are Israelites that you said, I'm closing that chapter in my life. Am I correct? That chapter in my life is closed. And I'm not going Hebrew Israelite. Yeah.
I don't any Hebrew Israelites. So you got to elaborate on what you mean by
all right. I'll talk to you about that
This is the same thing that I'm saying though. We don't all have to sing Kumbaya in the same room. You understand what I'm saying? But when my brother's on the front line and he need help, I got my brother back.
That's different. That's different. Absolutely. I can't see no harm coming to you and you an Israelite, whether I get along with you or not. I'm going to help you.
Kanye said he's an Israelite.
But I don't like every Israelite. Do you like every Israelite?
Kanye said he's an Israelite. Are you going to help him right now? Because he's on the front line of spiritual.
Kanye need more than help from me. If he comes and seek help, then he'll get it.
That's what I'm saying. We got to come collective and support the Hebrew Israelite cause, which is the unity, and stop fighting each other, stop aborting our children, stop. This is the things that he's fighting for with this Jewish media. And that's what I'm standing on. It's not that he's representing us, but we're fighting for a cause. The cause that we're fighting for is loving each other and accomplishing what we can and stop fighting each other. And this is what the Jewish community did, and this is what they have, and this is what we can. They did it applying Torah. And we sit here around talk about Torah. Why are we not like, my Abba used to say that all the time. My Abba used to say, look, Abraham was blessed. We were commanded to be blessed. There's no reason why we talk all this Torah and living paycheck to paycheck. That should not be how we live. And from then, that was my goal. like, this is beyond us. If we talk about blessed and we live in the Torah, there's no reason why we should not be able to accomplish what the quote unquote Jewish community accomplished. That's all we're saying, Ooze. It's not. He's not representing us. He's fighting for the same cause we fighting for.
But we never needed Kanye. I'm sorry, and I know we gotta go, but we never needed Kanye to tell us that.
Oh,
huh?
You the only one saying we gotta go. Like you trying to leave.
I'm trying to hold us to a time limit. So to a time frame. We said 11 o'clock, but we can keep going. But we don't need Kanye to do that for us. We've been talking this talk in this unity talk, and we've been doing this for a long time. So we never needed Kanye to do that. We will maybe we'll be able to get Kanye's money. I don't know. But why aren't we doing it is the question. So he can say all this stuff and what we need to do, but why are we needed him to say that in order for us to talk about unity or to talk about or to talk about these issues? We already been talking about this. This isn't brand new. We've been doing this.
And also want to point out to the newer people, some of y'all that are newer, some of you came around right at the cusp of a pandemic. So yes, prior to pandemic and certain things that were happening and certain places not being active because of whatever it might be that's going on, we used to have fashion shows. We used to do that. We used to have dances. We used to do all type. We used to come to congregations and drum and these are all things that this is how I know Sha'atiel. They would come over from their congregation and drum at our congregation. Then his emo would come over sometimes by where we were worshiping at, and we would go over by where they were worshiping at. So and then that's how we got to know each other, and that's how I got to know his cousin and his brother. And well, I knew his brother before I knew him, but that's another story for another day. And that's how we did it. So it wasn't like there was never a sense of unity in the community. There was always unity. They're not like unity in sense of everybody was in a kumbaya moment, but certain congregations, yes, we did used to have dances and we would have fashion shows and stuff, things like that of that manner. And we had a good time together. So like Sister Deborah Mack, she's a seamstress. And we used to have fashion shows. She would sew her stuff, and there'll be other seamstresses or what you said?
Mashiach, Coach Mashiach. Remember?
Yes,
I was hosting them. That was the first fashion show that I ever hosted. It was kind of crazy. We had my cousin DJ Mel Star came out. It was a beautiful thing. And we had local designers showcasing, and most of the designers who came from Florida. What's her name? We call them, one of the daughters is a Lafka because her Abba only had 5 daughters. she came, but they came from all over to bring their designs and sold out what they brought, most of them. I mean, so these are things, but I think the thing is, and it's not that we don't need Kanye, Sister Rhonda, or Sister Soldier, Sister Love. It's not that we need Kanye. We don't.
He tried to sneak that one in there.
But what he doing, the platform that he has is sparking minds, it's sparking ideas, and it's getting these conversations going. It's like what they said about creating awareness, like with the Black Lives Matter. We're just trying to create awareness so that, create the dialogue to start talking about why certain people can't use the N-word or why we're anti-Semitic, to create that. That's what Kanye is doing, but he's doing it on such a larger scale that it affects us. And that's why Uz is saying he's not representing me. No, but what happened is we still get that attraction, right? And people hear about this, and now they start finding out about us. And now we get more people involved. With every congregation that I know has goals of what they're doing for that community, whether it's a school, day. Like, we do implement things amongst our small little pockets. And the fact that we're so spread out on the East Coast and across now the nation.
Problem. That's really the
problem. You know what I'm saying? Hard to see it, and that's why we use these platforms like YouTube to still bring the unity. And this is why you could catch me on Shem Ray November 19th when he have to bring a friend Shabbat plug. But you know what I'm saying? We just all over spread out that it's we still have to find ways to show the unity. So Kanye is helping us at the same time. And that's why I don't want people to take this message as we're against him or certain things. It's just that we know where we come from and what we represent. Just like we don't, a lot of the 125th Street Israelites, we don't really associate ourselves with them or even Messianic Hebrews, but we don't close the door to growth. We don't close the door to unity. Sometimes it's hard to find a common goal that we can work on and build.
You ever heard what those brothers say that they gonna do with us?
Yo, it was used to be war, man.
That's what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about. You got, yes, we're brothers or whatever. We come together when we have to. But some of the rhetoric that went around that those brothers used to say, they said that they was gonna kill us, right? That we were gonna be killed, and that some people are still scarred by that, and we were gonna burn in the lake of fire. And they were going to kill us along with all the white men and everybody else. These are true teachings that were out there. So now you got brothers that come from that generation that never forgot that. And those brothers didn't apologize to anyone. They said it. So when somebody's threatening you like that or saying what they're going to do to you, how you supposed to react to that? And this is what I'm saying. That everybody that's Israel is not my friend. But if it's going down and it's Israel against somebody else, of course I'm going to be on Israel's side. But everybody in Israel is not my friend, especially if you threaten me like that.
That's right.
And you've heard those teachings. All right, Yardy, what you have to say? Call in, Yardy. You call in and you say what you got to say. Sister Rhonda, if you want to go to sleep, you could excuse yourself. You could go. We might. They're gonna keep talking.
Why you calling me out like that?
Because somebody in the chat said, Sister Rhonda, this is the late night. You didn't read it? I thought you read it.
No, I read it, but why you gotta call me out like that?
Oh, my bad. I thought you were sleepy. I didn't know. I thought maybe you was yawning or something.
I'm just so programmed when you tell me that this is the time. I'm trying to keep us on track.
You're right. Sister Rhonda is our moderator, and she is our balance in this, because between me and Sha'atia, we'll be fighting.
We'll be going on. Don't know how to stop. We love this talk, man. I love this talk because I think it empowers us. And that's what Imam Havareh was like, how is it helping us? It empowers us. It gives us another spark that we needed. Remember when we had that the debates against the Kemetic community, mm-hmm. and all that.
It brought us all together. Yes.
And this is another spark, and we need these every now and then, to keep us sharp, to keep us going.
This is Imam Havareh. This is what Imam Havareh does throughout the night. She be having like 4 different points. Hold on. Ema, you're on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be saying Lala Tove in a minute, but you know, we keep going round and around and around with this.
Right.
Yeah, we know he's an Israelite. Good thing that he says he's a Jew, so he's on the road. We've had so many different pieces of good information to come out of this discussion, which is a blessing. Yes, he's got a platform. I don't know how many times he's talked about us on the platform, but nevertheless, if anybody feels that, or Shayatiel or anyone else feels that he's going to answer the telephone, please give him a call, because
That's what I'm talking about.
we need all of the support we can get, and we would be love to teach him and help him with his culture, to return to his own culture. You know, this is not a hate thing. This is just about being real with the situation. There's a lot of players involved, people we don't even see in the background. We're talking about millionaires and billionaires now, and the things that they come on to nationwide TV and say. And yes, I hope that they are sincere, and that they're going to be bringing something to the table, and that we can bring something to the table so that we can unify our people. We got a whole lot of work to do. And yeah, we have little struggles amongst each other all the time, but we're still working towards what the Most High say, and the Most High has the last word. Nobody's going to be coming to the temple at Jerusalem and bowing in anything without following the standards of the Most High, and we all have to keep those standards, and we have to hold each other to those standards, because those standards are the things that give us the unity that we seek so much. And it is done through love, but you know, love is also correction. So, yeah, we want you, Brother Kanye. Come on down. Brother Nick Cannon, anybody in the basketball community, anybody anywhere else, you know. I saw a sister in, where was she at? She was in Costa Rica. She started a radio station. Her radio station is now nationwide, and it is a black radio station that puts out all kinds of black music from different genres and everything, and she's always looking for new help. So where there's a will, there's a way. If he is interested in knowing his culture and knowing who he is, then he will be reaching out to Israelites the same way we're supposed to be reaching out to him.
Hallelujah. So that, Imam.
Okay? All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Let's not get caught up in the dream cycle.
Lala Tov.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Lala Tov. Lala Tov.
Yeah, we about ready to wrap this up, but you know, she made a couple of good points in terms of, yeah, we got dope artists. We got Brother Ze'ev. Yeah, we would love the Kanye assistance, but come and get educated. That's all I'm saying. Come and get educated. Don't say stuff that you can't defend, because then whatever you're doing with it, plus with all the crazy other stuff that you say, you know, and then they put you in a mixed bag of trail mix, and then we look like we nutsos or something like that. Now we have a legacy to uphold, and we have people that came before us that we represent today. So we don't want to be looking crazy out here, especially when people making comments out there and they don't know what they're talking about at all, right? We got artists. We got Ozzy. We got Shem Levy. We got Lowkey. We got all these King Malachi. We got all of these artists that could rap and sing and do all the things. We got
House of Drums.
Yeah, we got the drummers. We got the Mishpaka drummers. You got everybody that's out there that actually has a talent that he could help us in getting this music out, and we could put the truth out there, and he could sit back or be educated, so when he speaks, he knows what he's talking about. So that's all I'm saying. And with that, I say shalom to both of the co-hosts. This was good. It was a good start. It was a good start. So I'm not sure next week. I'm going to be in Panama, Central America. So I'm going to try to make it happen from Panama. I'm not sure how much music I'm going to get to play, but I'm going to try to put out
music. night, shoot, I needed more music in between these days.
Well, you was doing much more talking. So
yeah, you was talking a lot. You had a lot to say.
Yeah, sure. I was.
You had a lot to say.
Who's held back some of his comments?
I just let you go because I understood what my point was. I was going to just stick with my point. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And I'm going to give you I'm not going to cheat you all out of the closing songs. So shalom, shalom, and everybody have a blessed night's sleep. Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom.
YisraEl, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Wa'ed. Hear, O Yisrael, Yehovah our God, Yehovah is one. Blessed be the glorious name of his kingdom forever and ever. Woko Yisrael Yomru. Hallelujah, pourquoi chaud.
Might give y'all a little extra. Just give y'all a little Prince Shake Me Eye. Give y'all a little extra. I kind of cheated y'all out of some music tonight.
YisraEL, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Yahweh Echad, Eloheinu, Shema, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Yahweh Echad.
With your heart, myself, love him with your soul. Myself, love him with your much, myself, love him with your more. With your might and your power. Myself, love him when you come, myself, love him when you go. Every minute, every hour, you are gonna get what you put in, you are gonna reap what you sow. Hey, hey, for true. We said the true one living, we no remember all him. The most I give you this conduct code, and we follow the protocol. You might want call with Antichrist, but we no anti-law. Sons of Jacob will cut from a different cloth.
Shema YisraEL, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Yahweh Echad, Eloheinu, Shema, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Yahuwah, Eloheinu, Echad. A lot of times we are still winning. Most I revive your body, it's a skill with it. Free will with a conscious mind, we are built with it. Slaves to a greater evil, y'all would kill with it. Prophesied and them come true. Some things that come true done before do. Them choose the wicked path and them no. But we follow what we y'all know. Come I love it for you. divine intertwined to you. So align no time with you. I test the times we are crying for you. No need to tell you that. Lord, my heart, what I still feel. Strive forward, bless the spirit, it's a real thrill. Real love with one another, no blood spill. Be a humble under your shield, shield.
And the Most High Yah, the Lord thy God, said, diligently teach this unto thy people. Love Yah, love the power, the Most High, with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might, your every being, your every vitality. Hey, you know I fears no fatality. Hey, must I come with?
Oh, Shema Yisrael, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Elohecha, Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Behavta et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Ve'ahavta et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Behayu, Hadevarim, Haeli, Behavta et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka, et Yahuwah Elohecha, Beko Levavka, Uko Nafsheka, Uko Meodeka.
No fake music, we no sing your gospel. No, we no under no spell. No, we no conjure up spell. We chant your name, cause your name a ring bell. Trample we trample, Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample, Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample, Babel, true sons of Jacob, Leah and Rachel Yisrael. Trample we trample, Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample, Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample, Babel, sons of the ancients, what the world of marvel Yisrael. Hey, strive with divine and man and prevail. Crush the serpent head and the heel. Left with nothing fish head nor scale. Most I am making now for see it nor feel. Yes, me lion dead head of the trail. This as I am train on the real. No more Jacob face a wax pale. Pop me head me no have no fast sale. Neither retail neither wholesale. Real you with him, they want hold me coat tail. Now hesitate fi pull them coat tail. Anytime they want come tell me be a tales. When a time fi strong up and no time fi get frail. Love righteousness cause it never gets stale. Now turn back fi fish we now backslide fi quail. Yeah we praise with zeal. Trample we trample Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample Babel Yisrael. Trample we trample Babel, true sons of Jacob, Leah and Rachel Yisrael. Trample Trample we trample Babel Israel. Trample we trample Babel Israel. Trample we trample Babel, sons of the ancients, what the world of marvel Israel.
Get them trampling, scope on Babylon while I'm camping. Laws and commandments like a knowledge cause damage. Eating jerk chicken, white rice and fried plantains. Breaking bread with my family, talking about time management. Sitting in traffic, busting combo, playing the Candy Crush. 2 birds with 1 stone to keep adding up. Something for the soul, eucalyptus with the lavender. Pressure bust pipes paralyzed with the dragon's touch. Sons of the ancient, YisraEL is God favorites. Cold world, basket robbers, 31 flavors. Connect the dots, roots from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Don't work the Sabbath, every 7th take the pay cut. So much rationalness in my bank, I could never go bankrupt. Euro step, right through the lane, an easy layup. Throw the truth to my haters, this pursuit for more paper. There's still dirt on my nails, grab the fruits of my labor.
Trample we trample Babel Israel. Trample we trample Babel Israel.
Edeseva kalab, kalab, udeva. Israel, 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 Abraham, Yitzchak, Yisrael, Yahuwah Echad. Elohei Abraham, Yitzchak, Yisrael, Yahuwah Echad. Israel, 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 Israel. Israel, 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 Israel. Ha'azin ali, ani aveka, ani omepo, polefoneka, ka asher ani. Margis Maya, Ozegra Ele, Ka El Yahuwah, Zadi Divoka, Kak Matoraka, Yiye Kakamu, Rotele Mobo, Shimo Akali, Weko Mishpakti, Asiho Metzbo, Berkat Shalom, Minotan Leken, Minotan Mayen. Mima aka amo go hasma melaka olam over hare umo shielu shimo Yehovah. Quadosha, Yahuwah, Quadosha, 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 Yahuwah.
All right, I got a new song that was sent to me. I'm going to play that last. This is from Chief Nathaniel Ben Levy. I don't know what the song, I never heard, I'm not sure if I've heard this song. I'm going to be, make sure that you guys judge it. Is this it right here? I want to say this is it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, they say the more society drifts away from the truth, the more they will hate those that speak the truth. Yeah. Here we go. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. Abraham came from Assyria, walked with the Father, kept all his laws and became his progenitor, inheritor, father of his covenant, and for his obedience, Israel is forever. No, I'm not a heathen, I stay 10 toes and keep my head high. No lies, stay fly. Those guys keep their ears closed to the word of the Most High. They don't believe like in the days of Noah, but we put all our trust in El Shaddai. Jehovah El Shaddai. Jehovah El Shaddai. As long as those two great lights is in the sky, the seed of Israel will never die. The sun by day and the moon by night. Hey, we not niggas, we Israelites. Sometimes a turban on my head, always EC's on my garment. No pork on my fork, cause that'll make me vomit. When I start dropping it, they get consonant, dissonant, saying things that don't make sense. You make me laugh. You know who we are. Only by the word of God we made it this far. Ha 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 ha. You know who we are. Only by the word of God we made it this far. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. The children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. Salute, praise the Most High, glory to the Most High, the children of Israel, the name that we go by, the bone drop. People in the book of Ezekiel, God, prophet, prophesizing how his people fell. Inhale, exhale, three things we do well, hating on each other and falling under pressure. And everybody know niggas don't stick together. God measure the spirit of a man. Do we qualify to live as God command? Man ain't nothing but a flash in the pan. Man propose, God dispose. Man is like laundry, dirty clothes. My culture, my attire, my apparel. I'm fly than a pharaoh, I'm sharper than an arrow. These mean streets are concrete, broad and narrow. Together we paddle, get back on the saddle. If life is a journey, prepare to travel. We do it for the love, not for the fame. The children of Israel, our God-given name. We gotta go back to the land. Back to the land, back to the land, Jerusalem. Come on. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man. This is a message to the lost black man, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham. Uncle Sam devised a plan how to manipulate and destroy the black man, the so-called African American. Psychologically, we are people void of understanding. Our birth certificate changed from being colored to Negro to Afro to black to African American. What's up with that? Mama said if you lie, you steal, and if you steal, you kill. I can still feel the pain of what happened to Emmett Till. How can we excel? We like a ship without a sail. If we keep drinking poison water from them wishing well, oh well, I wish you well. This is Israelite intel, like the book of Exodus. We should know it well. Lies they tell, we are connected and affected by the words of the Most High. The Torah is our code of conduct He gave us to live by. Shema YisraEl, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Ekar, Yehovah, Yehovah, Yehovah is God.
I wanna thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. Gave me a Torah for me to discover just who I truly be. I wanna say my whole life has changed. My whole life has changed. Back who I knew back then, word that special. You are so very special. You are so very special. No one above you. You made my life complete. You made my life complete. No one compares. It's you I see. It's you I see. Into my life. My life. Your love. With the love have no sight.
This is a message to the lost black man. Wake up, wake up.
Hallelujah. So that was Chief Nathaniel Ben Levy. And I guess the name of that song is Message to the Lost Black Man or Wake Up. I got to ask him because the title didn't come in the song. So leave your comments on the chat. Let them know how you feel. People can always come back and look at it. But that, I'm tired now, so that's going to be my last song. Thanking the Most High God for life, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We'll see y'all in the AM, and we pray that the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth, be with you all, protect you all. Also want to say to all the youth that tonight they did the IMA and the PIW, the youth Shabbat tonight. Y'all everybody did a wonderful job. Pray that the Most High God continue to be with our youth and will raise them up, and may they be they keep walking in the righteous path. So all of the youth tonight did an excellent job, and I pray for y'all's future and pray that y'all stay the course and stay strong in this way of life. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom, family. And I'll see you all in the AM. Hallelujah.